Hello, 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 everyone. What's up? Pagey popped in like as the intro was playing. I know you hate that intro. That's why you always show up.
Mate, when I clicked on the link, I got blasted.
I know, I figured.
I had to turn down the volume quite quickly.
Oh, all right. Well, hope everybody's having a good Thursday. I actually was running on the wire, like tightrope shit. Like we had a whole thing planned tonight that we had to do, and literally everyone left like very shortly before I had to be here. So it was like I was scrambling to get everything done. What's up, Darren? See you in a minute. Hey, Filmic, how are you? Are you here for a little bit, or are you just dropping in to say hi? What's happening?
We'll see where the day takes us, young DJ Erickson III.
Oh, okay. All right. You sent me something funny earlier. Hey, what's up, Gwendolyn? How are you doing? What was it that I was looking at? Something you said.
You say as if like I'm not always sending you stuff. Something.
Oh, it was funny. The Superman thing. From the Riz, the guys. What is it? The Costco guys or whatever.
Oh yeah, they bring the boom.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, we got to look at this. Let me pull this up.
They're bringing the boom to Superman.
Let me show you those guys. Yeah, Paige sent this over. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's not even 10 minutes in, and I already used the F-slur. Time to do it.
I think that's not the F-slur you should be worried about using on a YouTube.
Oh, the other one? Yeah. That one's still, but it'll still come back to me for that one. Yeah. There we go. So this is what you said over. I don't know if the audio has got, I don't know if there's any background music or whatever. I just remember what they were saying. But, this is funny. Let's see if you guys can hear this.
We're here to give Superman 5 big boom! 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 Boom!
Like,
I think it's apparently it's from the Superman Instagram or something.
I was gonna say, like, do you think they were paid to do that? Like, they got money from Warner Brothers?
I'd assume so. But it'd be interesting to see what path Warner Brothers goes down with, especially like the social media side, like influencers and stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously that's really when you get to like the last 4 to 6 weeks until the movie comes out.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting right now because all of a sudden we're seeing people who didn't really give a shit about a lot of this stuff. Now they're like, oh, it's going to suck. It's going to be the worst movie ever. It's going to flop. It's like, it's predictable at this point. That's what these guys are going to say about everything. I mean, like the robots called him Superman. So clearly they don't know what they're doing with this film. Or the one I saw the other day was they mentioned he was a metahuman or something. Did you see that? The post? Like, apparently in the description for the prequel comic, they say they call Superman a metahuman. And so, like, I think it was the direct or whatever made a post about it. Let me see if I can find it. It was really weird. I think I bookmarked it, but let me double check here. Let's see.
But how do we know that in this, like, what Gunn's doing? How do we know that, like... Well, no, because, like, the public wouldn't even know he's, like... Would they even know he's an alien? Because there's, like, Green Lantern flying around, Hawkgirl flying around, all this, that, and the other.
Oh, hold on. Did they... I think they deleted it. I think they deleted the post. Hold on, let me double check. I see replies to the post, but the post says it's been deleted. Yeah, they deleted it. Hold on, all right, so let me show you guys this. Hold on, where's it at? Share screen. So there was an article here from the direct, and it's gone now. But this response is, metahuman has referred to anyone with abilities has always included Superman. He's still an alien. His powers just classify him as a metahuman. But they deleted it. Because they basically were saying that calling him a metahuman was retconning Superman. That's what they were talking about. So Meister said Superman is kind of a metahuman, though. I think in this instance... human, when people think of human in comic book terms, you think of like a person on Earth. But I think human in this instance means humanoid, like someone that is that doesn't look like a dragon or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. That's what I think it means. But that's, that's up for debate. You could debate that. But I think calling him a metahuman in the sense of like describing what he does, I don't think that's necessarily, for me, that doesn't feel like it's incorrect. But I could be wrong. But they deleted it. They couldn't take the heat. The edginess was too much. The hot take was too much. The thing is, when you have a blue check mark, this is one thing about Twitter. When you have a blue check mark and you have a tweet that goes viral for even the wrong shit, why delete it? At that point, just leave it up. Like, especially if it's dumb stuff. Like, look, I hate that stuff as much as anything else. But if you've got a tweet that's linked to an article where you were wrong about something, if you're deleting it, you're ruining like all that money you made off of being wrong. just leave it up.
Yeah.
Is Martian Manhunter a metahuman? In the sense of the public's perception, probably. Like, if you're a person, this is one of the reasons why there's an argument about mutants versus like Spider-Man and Fantastic Four and stuff like that. From the public standpoint, how do they determine how someone's powers came to be or how it works? You know what I mean? I feel like if you saw like the Human Torch flying around and you saw a mutant flying around with fire powers, how would you know which one is a mutant? Just from seeing them flying around, you wouldn't necessarily know. So I think from the public perspective, they might just consider anybody with powers that looks like a human a metahuman.
Yeah.
But we don't know because it's the comic isn't out yet, so we don't know like what the pretense of all of it is.
Oh, I don't think it's a comic, isn't it? Isn't it like a book for like 8-year-olds or something?
Yeah, you might be right. I think it is. It is meant for kids. I'm not sure if it's a comic or a novel, but it is intended for kids. I saw that posted somewhere that it was meant like for young kids, which is, I don't want to say it's a little weird because obviously the movie is like a family film, but I don't know. I didn't think that was like the age demographic, I guess, that they were going for like everything.
Who knows, young DJ?
I don't know. The glasses are some kind of smear on them. Staggervore with the $4.99 super chat says, supposedly Warner Brothers Discovery is trying to get into the good graces of the current president and is being asked to make a show for his son. For
what, as in Trump?
Trump's kid is like almost an adult.
He is. He goes to university, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think Barron is like, I think he's
be like 19 or 20.
Yeah, Alexa, how old is Barron Trump?
Barron Trump is 19 years old.
Yeah, he's 19, so he is an adult. So, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, Staggervore. It's possible they are trying to target, like, his family or something with like, entertainment, but his son is, like, the oldest... Well, the oldest son is old. Like, you're talking, like, full-on adult. I think Barron is the youngest one, right?
Oh, so maybe it's not his son, like, youngest son, and another son.
What's his other son, though? Does he have a son younger than Barron?
Well, no, but I mean, like one of those older sons.
But the oldest, Alexa, who is Donald Trump's oldest son? I don't feel like typing tonight.
Trump's children are Donald Trump Jr., who is 47, Ivanka Trump, who is 42.
Alexa, stop. So Donald Trump Jr. is 47. That's the oldest son. And Barron is the youngest.
One of them
19.
Do like a podcast or some crap?
Oh, I think that's I think that is Donald Trump Jr.
Maybe it's like a podcast turned show or something.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Look.
Yeah,
I don't think that you could convince James Gunn, who is very anti-Trump, to make a Trump movie. Like I don't think that's gonna happen. South Texas Shark with a $2 super chat. Pagey, quick, say something edgy.
I didn't have to. Whoever the last super chat did it.
That super chat, right, yeah. Exactly. Welcome, Darren. Good to see you.
Hello.
Oh, by the way, I was watching. I think I'm like 3 episodes into that Devil May Cry.
What do you think?
I think it's pretty. It's like it's an easy watch. It doesn't like bog down and stuff too much, but I thought it was decent. I haven't gotten Butterfly by Crazy Town yet.
It's just in there. It is in there. Trust me.
I know it's in there. I know it's in there. I saw the soundtrack. But I think the last episode, or maybe it's the one before the last one, had the what's the song? Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine in it.
Yeah.
Edgy.
Yeah. So there's a lot of controversy around that show outside of the fact that people have said it's not very much like the video game or whatever. Which I'll be honest, I don't really care. We've talked about this before. I don't care about fidelity as long as something is good. And I think it is a unoffensive story in the Devil May Cry world. That's the way I look at it. I don't think that it tells me anything exciting. I don't think it's I don't think it shits on the game or anything like that. I think it's just a random story in the Devil May Cry world. But people that love the game are totally entitled to be like, I don't like this because it's so different from what I love. I get it. Like, I totally understand. But the actual creator apparently is big on brain rot content, like Asmongold and stuff like that. So a lot of people have been giving him...
I have to ask, did you let the intro play through every single time, Eric?
What do you mean?
For Devil May Cry.
No, I skipped it after the second episode.
Ah,
there is, but look, there is an episode, I think it's either 6 or 7, where there's a different intro. So it's a different song.
What, different song? Ooh.
Yeah, different. Well, all different. The whole intro and the song is different. So
okay, I'm assuming that maybe because it's... I won't spoil it. I don't know. Is there like a hint of that in the first few episodes in regards to a character?
It's a background story on a character. Yeah, that's why they change it.
Okay.
As someone who's played the games, it's technically an alternate story as much as the 2016 reboot game. Okay, that makes sense. I haven't played Devil May Cry since like the second game, so I don't know a lot about any modern DMC lore or anything like that.
I knew there was a reboot, but I never played the game. But I played like, I think were they all on PlayStation 2?
I don't know. I think some
did
of them
it start
are
on PlayStation 2, or did it
maybe
start on normal PlayStation? Because I know I played, I think Devil May Cry 2. I'm pretty sure on the PlayStation 2.
Did you play any of those games, Darren, at all?
No.
They're like action shooter slash 'em up games.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to think of another game that's like, because a lot of games copied Devil May Cry after it came out.
Well, there's even like that game Dante's Inferno. Did you ever play Dante's Inferno?
Yeah.
Not a gamer that much, so
Gamer,
not gonna.
just Minecraft.
Roblox, bro. Stagger4 here with the $4.99 super chat. What do you think will happen with Robert Pattinson's Batman? Will his sequel be scrapped, or could he become the DC? I don't think he'll be the if they end up scrapping that particular franchise of movies, he just won't be Batman. That's pretty much it. I don't see a path for him to transfer over. Now, here's the deal. Like, if David Zaslav pushed really hard,
Not sauce.
Yeah, sus all day. Pushed really hard, he could probably get Peter and James to sort of like let it happen. But I think that would be... Look, I've always been in the camp that I think it would be catastrophic to blend that Batman with the rest of the new DCU. I just don't see that being a
work.
thing. For a lot of reasons. But I would hate to lose his Batman, because I know a lot of people like that particular street level. It's like, it basically is in the spirit of the Nolan Batman movie. Like, it's just very sort of street level type shit. And I know people like that. I want the DCU Batman, and I think I've said this before, to feel more like the animated Batman in live action, or like something from the comics in live action, like that vibe. And Robert Pattinson doesn't give that to me. Now, the other thing is also, if this does get scrapped, it will probably fast track the DCU Batman project. Like, because I think that's the only thing holding that back right now is waiting on like this movie, which I think is a problem. I don't agree with that at all, but that's where we are at the moment. So what we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to watch the Fantastic Four trailer. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that happens in it. I've got some pictures of some of the shots from the trailer. And then we're going to take a look at some of the haterade, so I can dunk on them for the movie already, because there's so many people upset about it, apparently. Fake people, fake accounts trying to get clout.
Like for what? Would be Fan 4 stick?
No, Fantastic Four first.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of fake outrage online about it. It feels very forced and manufactured.
Wait, hold on. What am I saying?
What?
Is that is the title of the stream for your woke channel, not your main channel? Okay.
It's it's the second one. So like, there's two different titles and two different.
Yeah, but like sometimes, like, yeah, I know, but I've just seen Yeah, I wasn't too sure. I was like, would he make that his main channel title?
No, they're two different titles.
I saw that too, and I was like, out of all the things to title it, this
Yeah,
week, there's
yeah.
a lot of fun things to talk
No,
about.
no, definitely. If you're on the Debunks channel, you're getting the edgy title. If you're on the Reloaded channel, you're getting a more specific and direct title. So, yeah, there is some Star Wars stuff to talk about as well. I bookmarked a little bit of it, but I'm going to try and get as much as I can. So we've got a lot to talk about in terms of that tonight. So I don't think we're getting any like bonus stuff. Like we're not going to cover any of those things. Also, 10 super chats of the lowest tier to reach the goal. We're already 3 out of 10, and I will put the poll. We're going to do something different tonight. I'm going to put the poll up towards the end of the stream. So that way people can, once we get closer to the goal, I can have everybody voting at the end to get the number. Because a lot of people were saying they feel like they don't want to contribute because they feel like the votes have already been decided so early. So we're going to wait closer to the end and see if people prefer that. Anyway. But should we do the trailer right away? Should we do that at the beginning and just get it going? I mean, I feel like we should probably just go ahead and watch the trailer.
I don't know. It's your fucking stream.
I'm trying to be diplomatic.
I thought you didn't like that. I thought America didn't like diplomacy.
Well, maybe. What? Should we go to Joe Blow or Marvel to watch?
Oh my god! if we go to Joe Blow, I'll start an insurrection.
All right, let's do the Marvel Entertainment trailer. 10 million views.
Have you seen it yet?
No, not the whole thing. I've just seen pictures.
Oh
of
wow,
it.
okay.
He was just gooning.
The Marvel Entertainment site, like just their actual Marvel Entertainment, has 10 million views in less than 24 hours. That's pretty crazy. All right. But I've seen still shots of it, and there's people going mad, and it just feels really forced to me, but we'll see. We'll see what we think about it. Let's share over here.
Sharing is caring.
It always is.
Well, unless it's like a dirty needle, then
or like measles. That's definitely not.
Well, any sort of like disease, I guess.
All right, here we go.
Health lessons in the fucking
Yeah. All right, there we go.
Health
Took a
lessons
second.
there.
StreamYard has more bugs today. I've noticed today. I was doing a video earlier, and everything I was sharing was delayed by like 10 seconds before it came up on screen. I'm like, come on, get it together. You guys are super expensive, StreamYard. Like, you charge a lot of money for people to use your service. So, all right, let's do this. Here we go. Hopefully the audio is okay.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls.
Okay, so that's interesting. Our city and our planet owe a debt to them. So apparently there's something else that happens that they defend the planet from, or something, right? I mean,
they're the world's only hero, right? So they've probably saved the world hundreds of times at this point.
Yeah, I'm just wondering who they've encountered, because
Sure.
That's interesting to me, because are we talking like classic villains that we will never see in the MCU, maybe? Because we know they're facing off against, what is it, Mole Man? Isn't he like the first person they have to fight? I believe. The guy from Cobra Kai is playing him. Paul Hauser or something like that. I
wonder if that's how you start the movie. Like, you start the movie almost like a prequel, kind of like how Incredible starts, where it's like they're just like out on a mission, and then you cut to the future kind of thing.
Yeah.
And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Kirby,
This movie
how's
looks
that
so
sauce
good.
looking?
Like visually.
Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this.
I already like his take on Johnny. I do want to say this, though. What, you don't like it?
Oh, no, I love it. Like,
Okay.
I can't believe how many people were like judging him based on that original casting.
Because he's still got that snarkiness to him, but he's also very endearing. I will say Vanessa Kirby's accent slips out a little bit here and there. I wonder how bad it's going to be throughout the movie. Because in that scene where she was responding to them, I could hear her accent just a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Where's she from again? Is she from the UK or?
I think Jamaica.
Really? Is she? I think she might be from Australia or New Zealand.
No, she's British. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Or like somewhere in
No,
somewhere
I
in the
forgot.
UK.
She's from Tasmania. That's where she's from.
Ah, okay.
Nothing's going to change.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Oh, okay. I thought that was Galactus.
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
Wow. That's very reminiscent to the scenes from that
It's my
other
I stretched the
Fantastic Four
bounds of
movie.
space.
Right. Yeah.
And they heard.
Are we safe?
I don't know.
The answer to that is no, you're not. Because I think the entire world is going to get destroyed by the end of this movie, but we'll see.
There's not enough time.
Ooh, that looked bad.
I'm not giving up.
Bad as in, like, not good for
We
Earth.
will face this together.
Oh,
We will fight it together. As a family.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. Oh, wow.
Has to be us.
Oh, wait, how do they show him stretching? I had to go back. One thing I did notice is when Johnny was going after Silver Surfer, when his powers turned off, his clothes were fine. So I'm wondering if they're doing the thing where his flames appear above, like, the top of his skin so that it doesn't actually burn his clothing. I think there was some sort of thing in the comics, like, where they changed the way his powers work in that sense. Because I think he had on a normal outfit, unless they give him like unless they give him material, like they make them specially for him, so that it doesn't. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Might need Lance for that because he reads the comics.
Oh, that's
So,
right. I forgot. Yeah, he reads the comics.
Has to be us.
So let's look at the stretchiness of. So there we go. That's the stretching stuff. I mean, it looks as. I mean, the reality is, I think stretching bodies in live action is always going to look a little wonky because. I mean, you can't really avoid that. Like, Elongated Man on a TV budget, it was fine. It worked fine to me. You know,
okay.
I think it's just always going to be a tough sell because I know a lot of people were going hard on this. I don't even think this is the finished VFX. I still think they're working on it. This to me looks like it's still being textured and all that stuff.
Which is why they didn't show it inside the first teaser because they clearly weren't ready yet.
Yeah. So let's go ahead.
We will protect you.
Okay. Oh, there's more. Ooh. All right. So, I think that was a good trailer. They're still obviously working on a few things, and we've been right about this before. When the VFX looks slightly unfinished, it's typically unfinished. Like, it just is. I think the only time that I've been fooled about that was the Flash movie. When the Flash movie's like trailer came out, and I was like, oh, they still got 3 months. They're gonna work on it, and then they didn't. But that's neither here nor there, right? What about you guys? General thoughts on this trailer? Any opinions on it?
I think it's good. It feels like an extension of that first trailer, and I really like the vibe of that first trailer. But my whole problem was I wanted to see more. I wanted to see what the general kind of vibe and feeling was, and I think this does it. It already endears you to this world and these characters and this kind of setting that you're involved in to the point where it makes me scared that we might have to say goodbye to it because it is so charming right off the bat. So I'm in. I'll be there day one. It looks like a blast.
Have you seen the people saying that they stole this from Henry Cavill?
They stole something else from a DC movie in this trailer as well.
Well, which one? What part?
when the building's falling apart and Mr. Fantastic stretching through it, that's from the Flash.
Oh yeah. So it's all coded from the
DC
DCU.
is the blueprint.
DCU. I like this. I think this looks really cool. Look, the reality is that the thing in the context of Marvel Comics is powerful and strong, but he's always overshadowed by a lot of other strong characters. So giving him his time in this movie to show that he is a powerful character, I think is important, because we're going to be moving him into the MCU where he's going to be up against like Hulk and Thor and all these other really strong characters. So I like they're giving him his moment here. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, this is the shot in the trailer where I'm like, is this Galactus eating their Earth? Is that what's happening?
That space? Is that the spaceship they go up in?
Yeah, that's their ship.
So they go up again to spectate?
I think they're getting away. I think they're running away from...
Maybe.
Oh god, Balin.
Because I mean, what else could this be?
Could be unearthed. Doesn't necessarily mean it's ours, right? Like,
so you think they could be like visually seeing what happens with Galactus? Is that what you
could be? Yeah. I mean, isn't Galactus like a multi? Like there's one for each multiverse, right? So it could be like this is him eating Earth, but like a different one that's not ours.
You just
right?
nailed it, Darren. I think what they're doing is they are traveling the multiverse and seeing this happen. And so they know what's going to happen to their Earth. They already know because they've already experienced it. Right. Which is where I think Reed says, I stretched out my, our words to the universe or whatever, and they answered back. I think he's seeing this happening in other places. Right. And that's how Galactus and the Silver Surfer find them. Because they're a threat to Galactus.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. That makes the most sense to me. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. There's Reed. So a lot of people are also saying they didn't like that Reed's suit has less white than everybody else's, but I think that's to distinguish him as like the team leader, but I could be wrong. All right, there we have it. The controversial Shalabal Silver Surfer. I've seen a lot of complaints about this. Any issues?
Nope.
You guys have any issues with this at all?
No, the only issue is like the actual just shininess. Like she doesn't look shiny.
You think it looks too matte? Like it's not shiny enough?
It looks like it should be a bit more chromy,
Yeah. I mean, I think I have more problems with this than like the Reed stretching at this point, because she doesn't look bad. She doesn't necessarily look good either, though. Like she looks okay, and I feel
it's
like
also weird, like casting Julia Garner when he doesn't even look like her really. Like he's like slightly looks like her. So unless you see her before, like a flashback, before she becomes that.
It's her voicing it too, though, right?
Yeah, she's voicing it, but I think she also did like the motion capture and stuff for it as well. Gotcha. Like she would have been on set.
Do we think this is finished? Do we think they're going to tweak the CGI a bit on
Probably
her?
A little bit.
Maybe like with the mouth movement and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people have been like comparing this to other sort of silvery morphing characters, particularly like the Terminator franchise and things like that. I hate to tell you guys this, but they're not the same. They're not the same type of characters. Silver Surfer doesn't bend and morph and change shapes. Like it's just not what that character does. So I don't think that's a fair comparison. It's just people going, look, this one's shiny, that one's shiny. Let's compare the two. I think some people have also, I think I bookmarked it here. They've also tried to compare it to the OG version. Where's it at?
Well, the Doug Jones one.
Yeah, but I want to show something if I can find it. Here it is.
You should have it ready.
No, I have it. It was in my bookmarks.
Here we go.
Okay. So this person goes, well, the 2005 Silver Surfer has better CGI compared to something that came out 20 fucking years later. I want to point out that this is called nostalgia lenses. This is what happens when people think of something that they saw a long time ago and go, oh, that must be better than what's coming out. A couple of fallacies here. Number one, we have not seen what the Silver Surfer in this new movie is going to look like when it's completely finished. We don't know yet. I don't think the CGI is finished. Could it ultimately end up looking bad? Yes, there's a possibility. But the reality is that Silver Surfer from the 2005, I think it was actually 2007, wasn't it? I think that film came out in 2007. 2005 was the
Yeah,
first one.
the 5's the first one.
Yeah. So it's 2007. So it wasn't even 20 years ago. But that CGI, as good as it is not great. It's not great. It's good, but it's not great. And it doesn't look like Doug Jones. It doesn't look like him. He voiced the character, but it doesn't look like him. And Doug Jones, typically, the majority of stuff that he's in, the characters he plays don't look like him.
No,
So I don't necessarily think it's a
makeup
disqualifying thing that it doesn't actually look like Julia Garner. Like, I don't think that's disqualifying for me.
I think it's more the fact that they just cast her in it. Like, you know, unless it was going to look like her. But as I said, there might be like a prequel thing where you see her in her normal form.
I actually think they will. And I think, so I have certain theories about what's happening here. I think that her character might be expendable. You know what I mean? Like, it's quite possible that her character is a one movie character.
Yeah.
That we never see her again after this movie, because we know for sure 100% that we're not going to get a second Fantastic Four movie before we get Doomsday and Secret Wars. So we know that for a fact. So unless this character somehow ends up on Battleworld in that whole scenario or whatever, she is a one and done version of Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
And we might only see her again once we meet the actual Norrin Rad Silver Surfer and the main continuity. And the Fantastic Four is going to go, oh, wait, we know this person because we met a version of her in our world.
Right. That's going to be, or, you know, I've thrown around that's going to be the end of the movie twist of like, wait, where are we? How, you know, like, where are we at? And when Silver Surfer shows up, it's like, oh, this is clearly another world because this one's a man. This one looks different than the one we had the whole movie.
So I think there is going to be some like sort of, I don't want to say like through line, but some sort of parallels there, some sort of connection there.
Do you think they might do an Ace Ventura type reveal?
Which reveal are we talking about?
When they go, oh, that's Silver Surfer. She's a man.
No, I don't think that's what they're going to do.
No? Are you sure?
Yes. I would definitely not bet on that. That would not be something I would put my money on.
That would be a risky bet.
But
multiple reasons.
But look, I mean, the thing about it is we act like we haven't had. So this is the other thing that's sort of like crazy to me. The people that are shitting on this don't really like the MCU anyway. And this Silver Surfer in this movie existed. You can go back and watch it whenever you want. So I don't understand why they're acting like we've never had the Silver Surfer in a movie before the way that they want him. Because I would argue that the Norrin Rad Silver Surfer that we got in the 2007 Fantastic Four movie was pretty fucking accurate to the comics. Like, with the exception of the way Galactus looked, most of that was accurate to the comics. So to act like that never existed and get mad that we have Shala Bal instead, knowing that we will eventually get Norrin Rad, I'm telling you guys right now, you can come back and watch this video in 3 or 4 years. We will get the Norrin Rad Silver Surfer in the MCU. That I would bet money on. Because that's how they're going to bring that emotional connection from Shala Bal and the Fantastic Four's world into meeting Norrin Rad for the first time.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine, he's the herald for Galactus. He's doing all this stuff and they go, we knew your wife. We met her. In our world, she was the Silver Surfer. She was the one doing Galactus's bidding. Because Silver Surfer is so fucking powerful. There are very few characters in Marvel that can face him, like fight him and face him. Like he is extremely powerful.
Do you think we give him a project? Like something that's hit, like a movie or like a show?
Is he? Hold on, I'm gonna check. I don't know if he's like embargoed or something from. Does Marvel own the live action rights?
I assume they went to Marvel when they sold Fantastic Four, or when they did the whole Fox thing, right?
Yeah. So yes, originally he not only obviously did Fantastic Four not belong to them, but Silver Surfer was owned by 20th Century Fox. So now that they have purchased that, they have 100% rights to him. So it is quite possible we could see like a legitimate
I could see a movie.
Surfer movie.
Or a presentation. That could actually work very well, I think.
Yeah.
Or a 6-episode Disney Plus series with.
No, please no, please don't do that. Please don't do that. We have a super chat here from Cody. $5 super chat. Thank you, Cody. We are 4 out of 10 already. You guys are amazing. People on Twitter are saying Reed having his and Kamala not having hers is sexist.
What do you mean, Kamala?
The Ms. Marvel power, stretchy powers.
Oh.
Okay, so a couple things.
So great, Kamala.
And Cody, I know you know this, and most people know this. Her powers and Reed Richards' powers are not the same. First and foremost, like she is more about enlarging parts of her body, and she can stretch a little bit, but she's not like Plastic Man, Mr. Fantastic levels of stretchiness. That's not really what her powers does. It's embiggening, which is what they called it. So it's like she can make her feet big, her arms big. She can do a little bit of stretching, but for the most part, it's more about just inflating parts of her body, right? I don't think it's sexist. Do I think it was a mandate to try and put her more in line with the character she would be interacting with, like Captain Marvel and Photon? Do I think that's what they were trying to do? Yes, 100%. That's what I think. Yeah,
and I do think it's very, like, I do bet it was, like, at least an element of it. It was like, well, we have Mr. Fantastic coming. We don't want, people to mix up their powers, which, say if you will, if that was the right decision or not. I can sort of understand where they were coming from on a basic level. Like, we don't want two similar characters with semi-similar powers within the same general time.
But think about all the carbon copy characters we already have. Like, we have multiple armor-wearing characters. Sure. We have multiple super soldiers.
I think it would have been okay. Yeah,
it would have been fine. So I don't remember if that was like a confirmed thing or if that was a scoop thing.
No, it's just a rumor.
From my perspective, like if I were, I'm Kevin Feige for the day, right? This is my job for the day. Mm-hmm. If I were trying to create brand synergy between 3 characters that were going to be in a movie together, which was the Marvels. If you think about it, think about that movie. Okay, I know most of us have seen it already. If Ms. Marvel had the same power she had from the comics, that storyline would have been impossible. That storyline only works with them swapping powers if she has something that is similar to the powers that the other characters have. Sure. So when they were writing that original series, they had to do that ahead of time because that's the only way that movie would work the way it worked. Right. So I think they did it specifically for synergy, for brand synergy. That's it. So I don't think it was about the whole like multiple characters having the same powers and stuff. I don't believe that was it. Is that a disservice to Ms. Marvel? Maybe. Is it sexist? I don't think so. I actually think it was trying to, to be quite honest, I think it was more of like a feminist empowerment thing because they were trying to align her with 2 other women in Marvel to make all their powers sort of work together, if I'm being completely honest.
You think that at one point they could like retroactively change it?
They made her a mutant in the comics. They've done stuff like that before. So
I don't exactly know how Secret Wars work, but could you post Secret Wars be like, oh, you can stretch now or something?
Yeah, totally. They could totally do that. I don't, to be honest though, I don't know if that would be enough to make people change their opinions about what Marvel did with her character, because that would retcon a lot of stuff. So I don't even know if it's worth it. They could do it. I just don't know if it's worth it.
Even the whole mutant thing, people are still pissed about, which
that's true.
I can understand, but
that's true. I don't really have much to debate that one. Here's another one. Let's look at this one right here. Hot take. Get ready. It's a blue check mark on Twitter, so that's
boy.
What Jessica Alba was a much better casting for Sue Storm than Vanessa Kirby. Kevin Feige is a clown, and his Fantastic Four movie is doomed.
I'm sorry. It's so funny the image quality that they 100% purposely did. 4K HD super hot Jessica Alba to just 1K the Twitter screenshot,
right,
ugly pose. It's shut the fuck up.
But you know what I find funny about this is from what I've seen of Vanessa Kirby in the trailers and all the press stuff and everything or whatever, I don't necessarily see a million times better or a million times worse. So I don't know how you're reaching that conclusion.
They're both great.
Yeah. I think I like Jessica Alba, and I think she was okay in the role. But to say that she's better than an actress in a role that we haven't even seen yet, that's not a hot take. It's just literal clout farming on Twitter, pretty much. I just don't see it. Let's see. We have a $2 super chat from Chronic. Hi, Eric. Do you play BO3 PS4? What is BO3?
I know the. Here, I got.
Does anybody know what that is? I'm not sure what
Call
that
of
is.
Duty Black Ops 3.
Oh, is that what it is? If that's the case, no, I can't play first-person shooters because I get motion sickness, so I don't play it. Sorry, but thank you for the super chat. Glad to have you here. So Quinlan here agrees. That's not hating, that's facts. Look at the film she's done. Nothing is award nomination worthy. She's decent. So you're saying Vanessa Kirby is decent versus Jessica Alba? Is that I'm trying to understand you, Quinlan. I don't want to like assume anything. I'm guessing that's what you mean. Let's see. Fatman says LMFAO WTF. Wow. They're literally comparing the acting from a full movie 20 years ago to the acting clips in a trailer. I actually don't think that's what they're comparing. Here's my hot take. I think they're just comparing. They think Jessica Alba looks better than Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Darren, you pointed out, look at the picture quality. I mean, that's clearly what they're doing. Like,
I love those like 2000s Fantastic Four movies. I think Rise of the Silver Surfer was my first superhero movie I ever watched, so I have like a great nostalgia for them. But I do think a lot of the Glazers of those movies love those movies because Jessica Alba's hot. I think that's.
Well, I mean, there were scenes where she's like walking around with her clothes not on.
Yeah, like she has to strip her clothes. Like that was an awakening for people, and that's totally fine. I get it. Like you can love that. But let's look at this with an open eye. Let's.
So Quinlan says Jessica Alba is decent. She's not a good actress, and then follows it up with Vanessa's okay. I've seen a few films. I mean, they're both decent. Give her a chance, and the film hasn't even come out yet. That's the problem, though, is that I think if you want to make money on social media, you have to do this preemptively because you don't know what the movie's going to be. So, say for example, the movie comes out and Vanessa's a billion times better than Jessica as Sue Storm, then it's really hard to get this momentum. Like, you have to do it before we see anything because it's like predicting how bad it's going to be. So I think that's the issue. But yeah, look, I don't have an issue with Jessica personally either. Like, I don't think I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy her in the Fantastic Four movies, but to like this take is just really weird.
I mean, we got to be sorry if you referred to me. I had to go on the phone. I didn't want to interrupt you and be rude. Because I think you might have been talking to her. I can't remember who it was. With the Jessica Alba thing, it's just because she was like the hashtag hot thing.
Yes, true.
So it's not a hot tag, it's a hot thing situation. But I mean, that's why it was like that. I mean, it was just one of those basic. Like, I mean, like, I don't know if there's a modern day equivalent. I mean, is there? Maybe Sydney Sweeney for that.
I would say Sydney Sweeney is a good comparison
for that Madam Web casting. Like, that's the only reason people cared about that character is because Sydney Sweeney.
Gooner approved. They just want boobs.
I mean, they lean into that gooning in those movies. Like,
no, 100%. You're not wrong.
They do it twice, don't they? They do it twice in the first one and the second one because she catches on fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty appropriate. That the gooning was the thing because I have to go, so it's pretty appropriate that the gooning, related at the very least, topic was the exit point. My final thoughts are, it looks fun. I mean, also, it's not really giving away too much.
No, which is what I like about it. Yeah. I mean, it tells us what the movie is, but we don't really know all the pieces. So,
and the last thing is also in that bit where Galactus was like stepping through. Do you think that was practically filmed?
I think that was a miniature. Yeah, I think that was a miniature.
It looks like the way the cars move, and also how the buildings look. It doesn't look like VFX or they did like a shot of the street. It looks like they actually built it and had I guess just a stunt double walk through it.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like at the very least. But yeah, so that was my passing point.
All right, see you
Hashtag
later.
hot thing.
Bye. All right, so let's look at the next hot take here. This one's funny. First look at Mr. Fantastic using his stretching powers in the Fantastic Four. Reply, do they have to use CGI for everything? Like, what are they going to do? Dislocate body parts to make this work? Or, I mean, did he want like a, Wallace and Gromit, like claymation version of Mr. Fantastic flying around? Or, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to answer this. Do they have to use CGI for everything? Yes. If you're talking about a body stretching like this, yes, they have to use CGI for it. I mean, unless you know an actual human being that could do this, I don't know how they would achieve the stretchiness of Mr. Fantastic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 3W, you're in chat. Did you want to jump on? You can join us if you want. I don't want you to like feel like you have to join, but I'll send you the link. Oh, Jesus. So bad. Let's see here. Hold on. There's some other ones here. There's some really bad ones, y'all. Like, bad ones. I think that was one of the worst, though. Does anybody have a good link to everything from Star Wars Celebration? If anybody in the chat, like, does Deadline have a good link for that, or where else would I look for that online? I'm trying to find the one that has the most information on it. What's up, 3Dub? We can't hear you. I still can't hear you.
Give me 1 second.
I still can't hear you. Just kidding. Let's see here. Oh, we got some more shots here of Silver Surfer. So this is some more of like still shots from the trailer. I also want to point out, I have to toot my horn a little bit here. I guess before we really knew all the details about the Fantastic Four movie, when we found out that they were going to be making one, I distinctly remember, you guys can go back, check the after parties, check the live streams. I said the only way this movie makes sense in the MCU, there's two things that I said. One of them is it has to take place on another Earth, on another timeline. That was one of the things. And the second one was it has to feel like it's from the 50s and 60s. It has to be like either a jump back in time or like something where the vibe is completely different. And it works. In this trailer, it works because that is the era that this team makes the most sense. So the fact that they exist in a modern time that is still retro-futuristic, it still feels like the 50s and 60s because of the way technology advanced, to me, works 100%. But then we're going to have to jump them in to the MCU to see what it's like. They're going to be like fish out of water in this world where technology is completely different.
What's funny too is like you have a hella character that can basically a big ship that can fly, yet they made a car do the same thing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So it's not going to be like super confusing.
What do you think, Darren?
I was just about like something just hit me. I think it'd be really cool now having Sam as kind of your lead in Avengers. Sam has firsthand experience with someone coming from the past to the present day with Steve Rogers. So I wonder if there's going to be like a line of dialogue that's like, yeah, I knew someone that came from the past or something. Like,
right.
Troubleman soundtrack, do it.
Yep. I have a list I can give you.
Look who is here eating something sus again.
Is it another popsicle thing, Lance?
Yes, it is. Hey, Darren, why do you think they're in the past?
Because they are in the past.
I think it's just a retro futuristic.
Well, yeah,
Earth.
but it's like a 50s, 60s aesthetic.
Yeah,
it's like Earth 2 on the Flash.
Sure, but it's still like a past. Like it doesn't feel like a present day.
It's a past to us.
It's a present day.
It's a past present
technically
day.
it's a present day.
It's a present day. It's 2027.
Lance, don't come for me.
I'm just saying it's present. It's present day.
It's present day, but past to us.
No, it's present day. It's just wait.
Well,
dang it,
present
3Dubs. You just took me out, bro.
It's
dang it. It is the
them.
wait. No, it's the it's the present to them, but it's the future to us, not the past.
No, because we have better cars than they do.
Oh my god.
Do we?
Yeah, I mean, like
their cars fly. Like they have flying cars.
We have a ship that flies. You know.
That is true. Like in their modern day, I don't know. I don't know.
They didn't have those big ass ships.
Yeah, like it's like Serenity said, like it's visually it's the past. Like that's why they say it's a retro futuristic Earth. But it's gonna be jarring for them when they get like sent to like either 616 or whatever Earth the Fox X-Men
I think it was
from.
9999999 something.
Yeah, whatever it is, and whatever Earth the X-Men are from, because either way it goes, it's gonna be jarring to them because even the X-Men Earth in present day is aesthetically different than it is. Like the MCU was set in like how we view the world, except it's metahumans everywhere. And like with the X-Men, they still dress like kind of old timey to me.
I honestly wonder if the future aspects of their Earth is actually due to the fact that Reed Richards probably created a bunch of stuff for that Earth.
I still don't think they're from that Earth. I think that's
I don't think either. I'm just saying, like maybe when they arrived, they created a bunch of futuristic tech, making a futuristic retro Earth.
Yeah,
they're from the sunny Earth.
But Eric, is it safe to say that Matt Shankman watched the Flash season 2 and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna steal that idea"? Is it safe to say? Is it safe to say that?
Do you think that's where you got the idea from?
That's what it looks just like Earth 2. Like that's
it's very Jetsons, right? It's very, like
What do you think of the whole Silver Surfer stuff, Lance? Because you didn't have a chance to really say it on streams, though.
Well, first of all, good Eric, I would like to say, "Hey, yo, Poppy" to you. I've been saying that to everybody today.
Okay.
And I would like to say that I think she looks cool. The suit from the other movie with Norman Rat, that was a legitimate suit. So of course it's gonna look aesthetically different. She looks like she does in the comic. I don't know what people. I know what people want. They want to see a silver naked man.
I was gonna say, they're not Gooner. It's not Gooner approved though.
What's funny is that people are like trying to like.
Somebody said this was gay, so I'm
how?
That's what I said. So you wanting to see a naked man with abs covered in silver is.
We have already got the blue guy. We got the blue guy. He was really naked from Watchmen.
Oh yeah,
he was showing everything.
So I'm like I didn't get it like at all, but I mean I'm cool with it. I think she looks cool. They have a call back to Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yep.
Except it doesn't look like this version of Johnny can fly into the atmosphere because the other Johnny didn't extinguish until he touched the surface board.
Right.
This Johnny extinguished as soon as he crossed like that threshold.
Sure. Maybe he like grows into it, right? Like the more he learns to use his powers, the more he can the further he can go and stuff like that.
I think it's more of a he needs oxygen. Like to fuel
because of fire. I mean, fire needs oxygen to burn.
So I think they made it more realistic in that aspect. So when he's in space, he's essentially useless.
And in the 2007 one, when Silver Surfer grabbed Human Torch's neck and basically changed his powers or whatever, like he could basically steal his teammates' powers. If that happens here, does that happen? Like, is it like a normal thing in the comics?
No, I think that's just something they did for the movie.
That was never a thing. They just wanted to be funny.
Oh, okay.
They wanted to give another reason for Jessica Alba to have her clothes come off.
Michael Chiklis said, "Hey, I'm tired of wearing this rubber suit. I want people to see my face." Yeah, basically. What do you think about Reed? Like, did you say give your thoughts on Reed? I thought that like seeing his stretchy powers and like hearing his
Oh,
like, the
I
voice he's
think
using,
it
I
looks
like it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it for now. Like, I might not like it once I see it in the movie, but I think it looks like a work in progress to me. It looks like
I think
So
they
starting out
cut
with
like
it.
a few of the stretching scenes. Like you don't see him stretching with the board, which I think he stretches when he's riding on the board.
I don't think it's fully finished. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think so either. But you know, I could be wrong. I like to wait for the final thing to judge all the CGI, which I know that's not. Look, on the internet, that's probably wrong. I should be completely judging it right now based off the trailer 100%, instead of giving a little bit of time. So,
bro, exactly. Like you have to make a snap judgment right now, or else people are gonna say you're woke.
now I don't know if we should watch it here. I'll refer to the chat because we will watch it if they want to, but it's like torture to me, and maybe we'll save it to the end. But people wanted me to watch Tyrone Magnus's reaction to the Fantastic Four trailer.
Oh God, he hated it, didn't he?
I have no clue.
I should also say, and we should not watch it here, but the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer did leak online, apparently.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, don't watch that, but I'm just saying, it's like,
I was looking through the actual Star Wars Twitter, from the celebration stuff and all the announcements. Is everything there that we should talk about, or is there another thread that's got more information on it?
I don't think that much came out.
It's only been going on for like 3 hours, I think, right? It's not even been. It's not.
Yeah, it's still going on. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was over, but it's not.
I don't want to watch the live stream though because I'm afraid we'll get hit.
Did you see the Thunderbolts trailer?
The one from the other day?
No, the one that just came on today.
Today?
Yeah.
There's a new Thunderbolts trailer from today.
The final trailer was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Well, I saw it today.
Yeah, there's.
I haven't seen it. We can watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
You know, somebody on this girl on TikTok was mad. Like why are they spoiling everything? Like, we didn't need to know that Bob was Sentry and the Void. And she said, and I'm a fan of Marvel Comics. I said, then you would already know that Sentry is also the Void. Why is that?
I'll be honest. I think the Thunderbolts merch or advertising has been a million times better than most of the recent Marvel projects.
Yeah,
I think they've done a better job. Like, honestly, Brave New World's advertising wasn't great. It was okay. It wasn't great. I think that Thunderbolts has been better.
Yeah.
And I know people are saying Thunderbolts isn't tracking to make a lot of money. I don't know if Marvel ever expected it to make a ton of money. Like, I have no clue, because the movie, I don't think the movie's going to make like Avengers money. I know that people want to say that. I would be happy if it makes like 450 to 500 million. I mean, I'd be happy with that, to be honest.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I saw another thing online saying that Marvel dropped the Fantastic Four trailer today because they fully expect DC and Warner Brothers to drop the Superman trailer tomorrow, because they're also dropping the McFarlane the Superman McFarlane toys for the film tomorrow. And tomorrow is Superman Day. Also, nice glasses, Eric. I just noticed those.
Oh, thank you. So since here, Thunderbolts.
Darren, your glasses are always amazing. And
it says Thunderbolts here cost around 150 million to make.
Oh, really?
That sounds about right.
Cheap.
I heard about 200, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, they're saying that there's no official number, so they're going.
Gotcha.
They think it could be as high as 200, but it looks like they're estimating around 150.
Sure.
So they said if you go with a conservative number like that, that means the movie costs less than 300 million to make with advertising, which would mean it doesn't have to make as much as some of these other movies.
And I also think the effects they use for the heroes in that movie are like not complicated.
I mean, Sentry is probably the most effect heavy next to Ghost.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, but like we were also saying the same thing for like Captain America, right? Like we're like, oh, it's 180, doesn't have to make as much to be successful, and we were still technically right. It still technically made a small profit, right?
Yeah.
But
I actually bookmarked a tweet today from where's it at? Did it right here? Yeah. Let me share this. So it's here from Luis Fernando, who I really, again, I have to give him a shout out. Very good at like unbiased numbers here. It's done. At last breath, it finally happened. Captain America: Brave New World becomes the second 2025 release to cross the 200 million at the U.S. box office. That was from today. So it hit 200 million just in the U.S. alone. Playing in just 440 theaters, available in digital. Captain America 4 grossed 338,000 on the 9th Wednesday, dropping 71.2% from last Wednesday. I have to say this, right? Like, one of the numbers that we don't really get to see is the home numbers. Like, they don't always release those. But Marvel movies, on average, based on what the industry side knows, makes upwards of 30 to 50 million additional dollars in streaming sales.
Yeah.
So this movie, because of the fact that a lot of people might be waiting for it to come out at home to watch it on like the $25 early access or whatever, could give the movie another 30 to 50 million box office revenue, technically. Because the early access, that's a kind of a workaround. The early access at home VOD is considered box office. So we won't know exactly how much that is at the end of the day. But yeah.
Yeah, and going back to the whole like Thunderbolts thing for a second, like I'm gonna say the same thing I said for Captain America. Its box office success will determine on those reviews, right? It unfortunately will be that Rotten Tomatoes meter, right? Because this is a movie that could go either way, and people are going to be waiting and be like, okay, is this one of the good ones, or is this one I'm going to skip?
I will say, though, I think Thunderbolts has a couple of characters in it that people really like. Like, I think Bucky is a really big one. I think people really love Bucky.
Yeah.
I think Yelena is really well received by most people.
Sure.
Enough to make it like a $1 billion movie? No, I don't think so. I think it's enough for the movie to have a solid opening weekend, though, which I think is going to be good.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who are they up against around that time? Is there anything else out around the time of
Minecraft. That's it, really. Yeah. Minecraft and Sinners. Through May, there's not another big May movie until Lilo and Stitch, which is their own thing, which is kind of like, I kind of wish they didn't have Lilo and Stitch so close.
They're also gonna lose against Karate Kid towards the end of the month too.
Yeah, Karate Kid's in May.
I don't see that movie.
30th.
I'll be honest, straight up, I don't think that movie's gonna do a lot of money in the box office.
Wow, Eric hates Karate Kid and
I just don't see
everything of that nature. Confirmed.
It's a really low budget movie. It's $100 million, I think.
Yeah, I was there. I filmed it. Yeah, I filmed it on a budget.
It looks like
of
Minecraft
1,000.
is almost at 600 million already internationally. So
yeah, I didn't think Karate Kid would be over 100 basically.
I think Cobra Kai has tricked a lot of people into believing that Karate Kid is a massive box office thing, and I don't think it is. Karate Kid has had there's been box office Kid movies that didn't do well.
It's confirmed. Geek Jones got tricked.
Hold on for a second. Let me check this out.
I am curious because I want that movie to do better than every movie this year. I want that movie to do so much before we can get more Karate Kid stuff going forward.
I honestly think it's going to be better than the original box office numbers because it's time.
So
that movie didn't do well when it first came out, right?
Which one? Which one?
The first one,
right?
I've got all the numbers in front of me right now.
Okay.
Karate Kid on an $8 million budget made 90 million worldwide.
That's
pretty good for a movie in 1984. The second one did 115 million worldwide.
Sure.
The third one only did 38 million worldwide.
Okay.
The next Karate Kid, you guys remember that one?
Yeah.
$12 million budget only made 15 million worldwide. The 2010 reboot.
That makes sense, though.
38.
Oh.
No, 15 for that one. Karate Kid, the 2010 reboot, which cost 40 million to make, ended up doing 350 million worldwide. That was the one with Jackie Chan.
It only cost 4 million.
40.
Oh no, I'm in box out. Budget.
$40 million, yeah, to make that.
Yeah,
movie.
40. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Karate
Which, to be fair, that's a pretty solid. I mean, if you think about movies at that level, that's a lot of money for a movie at that level. Typically, they don't pay $40 million, and a lot of that was for Jackie Chan. So,
yeah. Here's the thing. Like, I love Karate Kid. It's easily one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. I have that poster like right back there. It is very like, it's not niche, but
Right.
it is kind of like the people who love it and will support everything, but it doesn't have a huge like casual audience appeal. And that's the same thing we've been talking about for like almost a month now, or like a couple weeks now. Is 90 nostalgia and 80 nostalgia still relevant? Do people still care?
well, that's going to be a determining factor. I think
Mhm.
this is one of those movies where we're going to
Yep.
find out if it needs to stay on television or if it still has.
I
box office
honestly
appeal.
don't
And-
think it.
Oh, sorry.
I
go
honestly
ahead.
don't think the general audience for this particular franchise matters as much, because I think at the budget compared to the box office the box office is obviously going to be higher now. So if it makes like the budget is like 100 million, it's still going to be a success no matter how you think about it.
Okay,
Not-
so go ahead, Darren.
My only concern is just like this, like it comes out at what may be one of the worst times it could come out, because that will be the start of the huge blockbuster season. Like Lilo and Stitch will still be in like theaters, Thunderbolts and Minecraft will still be in there, along with How to Train Your Dragon and Elio and Ballerina and like a lot of these other big blockbuster movies, and people are going to have to say, what do I want to see? And are they going to choose like Karate Kid over like How to Train Your Dragon or Lilo and Stitch? Unfortunately, probably not. So they're going to have to make their money in that like first week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before that stuff starts to come out.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm looking here. It says industry forecast estimates the film opening weekend in North America to be between 40 and 50 million, with a total domestic gross projected to 125 to 150 million, and a worldwide total ranging from 275 to 325 million. However, some of the markets are saying that the opening weekend could be around 41 million.
My goodness.
And some of the elements here, as you said, Darren, is that it's got a competitive release window.
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day weekend. It's going to compete with Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch.
Oh God, yeah.
And it says franchise history while the original.
Impossible.
Yeah. While the original Karate Kid films are beloved, some sequels receive mixed reviews, potentially impacting audience expectations. So that's kind
Here's
of
the
where we
thing.
are with it.
Now would be the peak of the Karate Kid fandom, though, I will say.
Yes.
So like, if a Karate Kid movie can't make money now, in the like peak of its, I won't say the peak of its audience, but like it's more popular now than it's been in like 30 odd years, right? Because of the Cobra Kai thing. Is that fandom strong enough though to carry?
Oh my God! I just looked at the budget for it.
Isn't it 100 million?
It's 150 million.
Is it really?
Yes, that's the budget for the upcoming Karate Kid movie.
Why?
It says the production
Jackie
budget
Chan.
for Karate Kid Legends is scheduled to be released on May 30th. Is reportedly approximately 150 million. This reflects Sony's investments. I guess that's all public. It's got a high production value because of the actors that are included. I mean, they've got
I
big
guess.
actors in it.
Jackie Chan's very
Jackie
popular.
Chan, like I'm saying, Jackie Chan is probably a $30 or $40 million
True.
person.
Yeah.
And,
that's
and you're
unfortunate.
bringing back an original character, Daniel.
Daniel.
Ralph Macchio, yeah. Ralph Macchio isn't like obviously.
I think Cobra Kai has probably increased his numbers, but not anywhere
He
near
hadn't
Jackie
done anything
Chan.
for years prior to Cobra.
Oh, Cody says they're filming in New York too, which is one of the most expensive places to film.
I hope it does well. I want
New York is
that.
China. I see it now. Just kidding. Chinatown. They're filming in Chinatown.
Wow.
Lance. Oh, by the way, can we revisit this for a second? 3W, you posted something on social media
Yes, I did.
about your thoughts on Yuri from
Yes,
we
I
talked
did.
about this the other night.
Oh my gosh. Again with this?
Yes. I want you to reiterate for everyone here what your thoughts are on that, because I think Lance did not give you an opportunity to express exactly how you feel about it, and I want you to express it here.
How you feel about what?
About his theory about Yuri and Daredevil season 2.
Oh my God, we talked about this earlier.
So Lance wants to basically pin this on a racial tone theory, which I didn't see it as first. Like, basically, he forced his thoughts onto it to making it like I can't see any other option. But my original thought was like maybe it's like a Michelle Jones situation where she's not technically Mary Jane, but she is MJ. And I think what's going to happen is when Sony gives the okay, they're going to make it seem like her middle name is Yuri, where it's Angie Yuri Kim, because they don't say their middle name. And everyone has a middle name. Some don't, but the majority do. So I think she's going to be a Yuri of the MCU. Like she's not going to be technically the OG one, but she's going to be a version of it.
Okay.
3 Dubs, I love you, man. If this happens, I will cash out you $50.
Oh.
If this happens, because this is so out of this is like this would be the heist of all heists if you happen to have nailed this out of like but nowhere, just like nailed it perfectly on the head with no evidence. I will cash up you $50.
Like Jasmine said, it would be hilarious if 3Dub is right. Well,
exactly. I want you to be right because that would be so funny if you just happened to have nailed it.
Yeah.
And it's like I told him earlier. If you're right, cool. But me personally, that's weird to me. Why? Because if she was not Asian, if she was not an Asian cop, that thought wouldn't have popped up. All I'm saying.
I guarantee we would all be outraged if they casted an American white male as Yuri.
They wouldn't do that though.
Exactly. So why is Asian the key factor of you not liking it?
I'm saying
this spiraled. I love this one because this always spirals.
That's like saying that. No, you're only saying that because she showed up at the end. But who are those other 2 white lady cops? Like I told you earlier, does that make one of those Cloak? I mean Dagger. Does that make one of them Dagger?
The reason why those
they're
are there
extras.
is
the same
they're
way
going to die.
Cops on the
they have a
force.
purpose. They're going to die. They're not long for this MCU.
Is Cherry Luke Cage in disguise?
No.
Okay then. Not everything.
They had a purpose of reason why they didn't cast some white American male as Angie Kim. They had a purpose to casting. They had a purpose to casting her. There's a reason for casting her.
Oh,
she stands out.
3Dub. I have. Thank you. Yuri
she's
is
not
Japanese.
A true extra.
Yuri's Japanese. Jesus.
Why are you saying it's Asian then?
Oh no.
What's our next topic, Eric?
Yeah, we got some super chats here. All right, let's do this. I'm going to do South Texas last, though. We're close to hitting the goal. We're 8 out of 10. I put the poll up. The choices are there. I think they're all very different, so you guys can vote on it. Let's see if we get another tie tonight that we're going to have to do for another stream here. All right, so Paul with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Paul. I enjoyed Vanessa Kirby's performance on The Crown. You know what? I forgot that she was on The Crown until you just mentioned this. I don't know. How did I forget that? Did anybody else watch that series?
Not The Crown,
No.
but I have seen her in Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, yeah.
I liked her in that too.
I don't know if I've seen her in anything. Unless there's something I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
You saw her in Black Panther. Yeah. Black Panther.
Wait, huh?
What?
Yeah, she was in Black Panther.
She played Shuri, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go.
Sure. Yeah.
Cody with the $5 super chat. I just want to know why Disney keeps setting up Star Wars movies for failures by releasing them so close to Avengers movies. That's a good question. Well, to be fair, Disney is
Racism.
playing that game. They're playing that game a lot. There's a lot of stuff that's like being overlapped with other things, and
It's kind of funny
I'm
that
not
they're
sure
trying
why.
to compete with themselves.
Yeah.
They own Star Wars and
You could put out
Avengers.
one movie every month. Why overlap with other things? I don't totally get it.
Wouldn't it still overlap if it's like 1 month apart?
Usually you want to go for 3 weeks between box offices, maybe 4, depending on how big the movie is. So 1 month in the box office is usually good enough for a movie, typically.
Yeah, but like both of those could be billion-dollar movies, I think.
Yes,
so
that's true.
because they're both May of 2025.
Yes.
Why not have Mando be why don't have Mando be Christmas?
Don't know.
Is there anything else big in? Oh, that's why. Because next year it's
Avatar.
No, next year it's going to be Shrek. Jumanji.
Oh, Avatar is this Christmas coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next Christmas is Shrek 5, Ice Age 6, Jumanji 3, and Dune 3. So I guess
Right.
Christmas is packed next week. Next
Wait,
year.
that's Jumanji is still happening.
Jumanji 3
Yeah, as far as I know.
next year.
Something
Dang
just
it.
clicked.
Dang it, heck.
South Texas Sharp with a $2 super chat. What's your favorite song about a state? That's
Florida
an
State,
interesting
Georgia
question.
line. Georgia line. There we go.
Wait, is that a song? I thought it's
Yeah.
a band.
No, it's Georgia line. Dang.
I'm looking up songs about a state.
Okay, so for me, if I don't know if this counts, but Empire State of Mind by Alicia Keys. I like that one. Oh wait, no. Let's be referential. She just went to space. Katy Perry, California Girls with Snoop Dogg. That one's a good one, right? That's a
Yeah,
California
that was the band Florida State. It's Florida Georgia line is the band.
All My Exes Live in Texas. That's a good one. I remember hearing that as a kid.
I was thinking Cruise. I was like, I like Cruise.
But Cruise isn't about a state.
I know, but I like. It made me.
I like California Love.
That's a good one too. That's another good one.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
Ew.
First one that
See
came
what
up when I
3Dub has
searched
started.
it.
Read Ethan's comment, Lance. See what 3Dub has started.
I was just thinking about this too. Like RDJ is not Romanian, so what?
Well,
makes
yeah,
it-
well, that's but like that's not a good thing. 3Dubs like that's not something we should
and
be
Scarlett
aiming-
Johansson isn't Russian.
But I think that's been one of the arguments about both of those characters all along. I remember the Scarlett
Yeah.
Johansson stuff. She gets joked on because she's always playing characters that are not white women. Like that's one of the funny things about her career.
So, like, what's the difference between Japanese and Chinese? Like, you can,
No, 3Dubs.
Wow.
3Dubs. No, he didn't mean that. He didn't mean that.
Just log
No,
off
yeah.
right now. Just log off.
Wow.
Roll it
I
back, my friend.
disavow. I totally disavow, chat.
Roll it
I'm
back,
not-
my friend.
We're just not. I'm gonna let 3Dub hold that one. It's all on him.
I mean, it's not.
No,
Common.
no.
I just
Pleads
want to
the
say, if we get to season 2 next year and that happens, 3Dub, you win. If not,
50
Well,
from each of you.
Darren has
You
already
know,
said. Darren has already said that he will cash app him $50.
I will give you $50. I am not joking.
my thing is, why is this such a big deal? Like, who cares
What's funny
about
is-
Yuri?
What's funny is
Nobody
it's
cares
not a
about
big-
Yuri.
What's funny is it's not a big deal. It's just how she portrayed the character in those scenes. It felt like a Yuri vibe.
As an inquisitive cop, all cops should be inquisitive.
She was smart ass. Like she felt strong willed, like Yuri. It's not like
Did Fisk feel strong-willed like Yuri? Does that make Fisk Yuri Watanabe?
Oh
my
no.
gosh.
What about Sheila? Who was Sheila? Was that Misty Knight?
In Jessica Jones, there's an Asian woman actor. I didn't think of Yuri when she was on screen.
You're talking about Colleen
It's just-
Wing, right?
Yeah.
Colleen Wing.
I didn't think of Yuri when that happened. I thought Yuri with this actress. It's just this
Because
specific actress.
Because she's a cop that happens
Not
to be
because-
the same race.
Not because she's just a cop.
It's funny, 3Dub. I'm sorry.
Cameron says 3Dub is going to get canceled. I don't know about that.
I'd have to be like in the industry to get canceled. I'm not.
3Dub's like, I'm not an actor or a singer, so
No one clip out this stream, ladies.
yeah, it's gonna get
Like,
clipped later.
I
so.
don't care. I have no life anyways. So
No. If 3Dub ends up being right about this, everyone is going to be apologizing in the chat. They're going to be like, 3Dub was
it would
absolutely
be
right.
Incredible, yeah.
Candle said 3Dub, let it go. Bye.
All right, so let's change topics here. So Lone Wolf with the $2 super chat. I answered this already, but I don't know if everybody here did. Darren here, I ask again, and this can go for anybody that's seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ward or Evil Fitz, and why?
Ward.
They're both so good.
That's what I said.
I will say Ward just because that twist is probably one of my favorite television twists of all time. That moment when it is revealed that he's Hydra. Oh my gosh. But Fisk is really good too.
Okay.
It's so good. There's so many good villains in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's crazy.
3W, you said Ward?
Yeah, Ward.
Any reason why?
Like Darren said, the twist was out of the left field. I wasn't expecting it. He felt like a person that was in the military and followed orders, and for him to break orders and go 180 was, and turncoat's the word.
Okay.
Was like, wow.
Lance, you answered this, right?
Yes, I did.
Didn't you say Ward?
Yes, I did.
So I said Fitz. That was my answer.
Oh wow, okay.
Only
Both are
because
great,
I think Fitz in that season is one of the best characters as Evil Fitz.
Now, if you said Ward or Ada, that might be a little harder for me because Ada's also really, really good. It'd still be Ward, I think. But
oh my god, everybody's gonna make me go back and watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. again.
So season 4 and 5, man, is so peak.
So good. Look, the one casualty of the whole like falling out with Hulu was not getting the Ghost Rider show with Robbie Reyes. That was one of the biggest fallouts because even though I really hated that Hellstrom series, it was so bad. Has anybody else watched it?
No,
Okay, so put it this way. Inhumans is just bad all around. The only thing good about the Inhumans was the casting. Everything else was completely a failure.
I thought you were going to say because it ended.
Hellstrom is bad because of the fact that it's a good show as a show, but it has nothing to do with anything really Marvel related. So for me, that's what makes it bad. Ghost Rider, a Robbie Reyes with Gabriel Luna as Ghost Rider would have been so fucking good if it would have been done in the same style that he was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And here's the thing, you could still do it. There's nothing stopping them from doing it. You just if you don't want to carry over all that baggage from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., just don't reference Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just have him be your main Ghost Rider for the MCU.
I wonder if the Ghost Rider that turned him was Johnny Blaze.
Did you watch the show?
Yeah, I watched the show, but they never actually showed his face. They just showed his boots.
Oh, that's because they hadn't really cast a Johnny Blaze or a Danny Ketch or anything like that. They hadn't done that yet by the time with the MCU. But also, I think there was an issue because of the whole Nicolas Cage. They wanted to.
I was like, if they do bring back Johnny Blaze, it's going to be Nicolas Cage.
All right, let's talk about some controversy because we haven't had enough already with 3Dub.
Well, you started it.
I was just trying to give you an opportunity to explain yourself. That's all.
Nothing to explain. No,
Lance doesn't.
So I saw this come out, and I thought it was worth mentioning. And we are going to talk about Star Wars as well before we wrap it up because we're at the hour and a half mark. By the way, one super chat away from hitting the goal. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting the channel and the podcast. It means a lot. Let's read this here. Ben Affleck hated. Snyder Bros are going to be so mad. Hated suiting up to play Batman. The bat suits are horrendous to wear. They don't breathe. And then we go down here and he gives a little bit more detail. He said, I hated the bat suits. The bat suits were horrendous to wear. They're hot for one thing. They don't breathe. They're made to look the way they want them to look. There's no thought put into the human being. So what happens is that you start sweating. I'm already, like, I sweat. You know what I mean? So the thing is, you just be pouring water. It's 2025. Can we not make these costumes a little bit better for the actors? Like,
isn't that what they did with Superman?
Yes.
And look what happened. People are weird about it.
I mean, it took like 3 movies for Tom Holland to be like, I want a zipper. And then Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire come on and they have zippers. I'm like, you said it wasn't practical.
Yeah. Well, with VFX, you can take zippers out. Like, they can remove them in post. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, goes on to say, it just made it difficult to make the movie because you're so hot. It also does not make you feel very heroic because you're instantly exhausted and really sweaty. Maybe Christian or Rob, guys like that, they're just better at dealing with it.
He also had those, like, big-ass suits, right? Like, he
With
had
the
those,
padding,
like,
a lot of
giant,
padding.
like, Iron Man, like... No wonder they're
The gray and black one that we all really loved, I know that had padding in it. That had to be heavy for him. There's a shot of him where you can tell the abs are literally just attached to the suit. Let me see if I can find it.
In the Zack Snyder's Justice League, he looked so skinny outside of the suit, but when you put the suit on, he's like bulky.
Yeah, hold on, where is it at? I think it's...
Yeah, it was never that real. It was never realistic, but it was the same thing with Tyler Hoechlin when he had the extremely fat muscle suit.
Yeah, that's true.
Makes me think when he punches, it's a big padding of like boxing gloves.
Trying to find the one
because of
where
all
you
the
kinda
padding.
see the way the suit fits. Like, for example, I don't know, where is it at? Is this right? God, I hate Reddit because Reddit, everything disappears. It's like it stays up for a short amount of time.
Well, that was Fox's decision, not Marvel.
Like this suit right here. This is the one where, like, is this the only one? I think there's a better shot of it. Like, look at this one. This one looks like it's probably not that bad because it's like tactical. You know what I mean?
I think he can.
Can you
actually
imagine
turn
wearing
his
something
head.
like this?
Yeah.
Where there's no breathing. It looks like it's rubber from head to toe.
Mm-hmm. It looks. Didn't Michael Keaton's suit just like basically all?
Yes, all of them were. Like John Wesley Shipp has gone on the record saying that Flash suit that he had to wear back in the 90s stunk because you can't wash it.
Yeah.
It's made out of material that you cannot wash, and they sweat in it all day long. He said, I think he said there were like 3 of them on set. One of them was the stunt person's, but each one cost like $100,000 and some to make at the time, which they don't cost that much anymore. But back then they cost a lot. But think about this: like wearing this suit, no matter how cool this looks, this has got to be crazy for him to wear. Like I just can't imagine.
Yeah.
And people wonder why they changed them. This is why all that discourse around the Supergirl concept art with like the lines and stuff in it on the suit, how everything is sort of segmented in the way Marvel makes costumes and stuff. They do that so actors don't feel like they're in a sauna while they're filming stuff. Because the suits from the comics don't have zippers or knee pads or anything like that. They're literally just, they look like spandex from head to toe. So that means there have to be rubber on set or neoprene. That would be really fucking hot to wear.
In the comics, they don't. They're basically they can use their powers to get in and out of it.
Yes.
In real life, that doesn't happen.
Oh, they talk about the bat nipple here. I thought that's funny. The bat nipple from that era of films.
What's funny is I don't think it's cringe. Oh wait, did I read that wrong?
Wait, hold on. You don't wait. You don't think the bat nipple is cringe?
No, I didn't think it was a problem when I first saw it.
3Dub, you got some hot takes tonight. That's all I gotta say. Why does this?
I was 7. Okay.
Okay. Look. All right. So thinking about it as an adult now, why were nipples made into the suit?
I don't know. I didn't know. I thought it was their preference when I watched it when I was 7.
That was the whole thing. Is like, who makes a suit with nipples built into them? That's a little weird.
I wasn't thinking about nipples back then, but when I got older, I'm like, oh yeah, why are there nipples on here? Like, it's weird.
Now I have a problem with it, but back then when I first saw it, I didn't.
They're still live with Star Wars Celebration. I wish I could find like a list of like
everything
that's happening.
Discussing Film has posted like all the updated stuff, if you just want to go down the list.
Actually, it looks like IGN also has something here. Hold on, let me.
Gotcha.
Wait,
there hasn't been a lot yet.
Wait,
like
is Discussing Films on Twitter? Is it on Twitter where they're talking about it?
Oh,
Yeah.
What the
like it's been like a lot of updates on kind of stuff we've already known about so
Right,
far,
right.
and just like confirmations and stuff like that.
Right.
I did
I'll
think Batgirl's suit was really wrong.
From the
Batman and Robin.
Oh, really?
I was like, you don't need to do that with her.
Let's go back here. Let's see.
I'll say Pedro has had such a good week.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
Like he's had Last of Us, he's had the Fantastic Four trailer, he's at Star Wars now. It's like
All right, let's see where we're at.
Did you see
There's the
people asking,
logo
"Does his
there.
beard stretch?" I'm like, he's not the only Reed Richards with a beard.
Yeah, go read the comics like Lance does.
That's all. Dear Eric, in this day and age, you have to read comics, man.
I know. The Marvel swimsuit special is returning after 30 years.
Oh my God, I've waited my entire life for this information.
Gooning commences.
I bet you have, Lance. I bet you have.
The one shot will
Just
feature an overarching
give me
story
Reed
by
Richards
Tim Seeley.
butt naked.
So you're not going to get anybody that butt naked.
Damn it.
Let's see here. Cyclops and Jean. I actually like her swimsuit. That's kind of cool. I remember seeing this when I was growing up. Like they used to do these every year.
It's the Phoenix. I'm stupid.
Wait, what did you
I was
say?
like, is that Nightwing?
Oh. Gotcha. Here's looks like Peter and Psylocke. Okay.
Oh, I'm getting the Peter tangle.
Wait, hold on. What?
Getting the Peter tangle.
You see where the logo is? That was
oh yeah, I see it. I see it. Woo!
Who's all in this shot? Most of these I don't even recognize. Is She-Hulk?
Is
Tony,
that T'Challa?
Is that Wanda? I think that's T'Challa. Is this Polaris? Havoc, I think. Maybe. No, Steve. That's Steve. It's got the dog tags on. That looks like Black Widow.
Is that Kitty up front?
I think it is Kitty. No, that's Wasp. She's got the Wasp earrings.
Oh.
So we have She-Hulk, Tony, Wanda, Wasp, Steve, Polaris, T'Challa.
Is that
Black
Stan Lee
Widow.
in the?
I don't know who this is in the back.
I think that's Stan Lee.
He's like melting though.
That'd be kind of weird if it was Stanley, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Who's that in the back, guys? Anybody know who this character is? I'm not familiar with this.
He looks like an old guy. That's why I was.
Enhance.
Yeah, I don't know. No one's answering. I guess we don't know. All right. Let's see what the other one is here. Oh, it's all the ladies here. So we have Black Widow. Is that MJ with a Spider-Man swimsuit?
Yeah.
Rogue, Carol, and She-Hulk in the middle.
People are saying it's Bruce.
No, I don't know. Toad? Oh, maybe.
Isn't Toad green?
So, okay, correct me. I hate to do this because I know I'm probably reading too much into this, but the reason why Rogue doesn't wear stuff like this is because of how her powers work.
Mm-hmm.
So has there been a recent update to her where she can control her powers now? Because it looks like she's pulling her gloves off there to pretend like she's touching Carol, which ties back to the comics where she got her, like, you know, flying and strength and everything from. But her entire body would do that. It's not just her fingertips. It's like anywhere on her body. So that's kind of interesting. They would do that.
So, what's the, like, and I hate to ask this, what's the point of a comic like this, right? Like, is it an actual story or is it just to, like,
I
look
don't
at
really
character
remember.
and
To be fair, when I used to read it when I was younger, I don't remember if they were actual stories or if they were just like covers
Vogue
for comic
magazine
books
or
or
whatever.
something. Yeah, I don't really remember too much about it. Also, Rogue can't control her powers now. Well, then why would she take her glove off?
It's just a callback.
I guess it's a little weird, but I get it.
I always wondered if remember in the X-Men movie where she kisses this guy that has zero powers. What power did she take from him?
She doesn't just take powers.
Took
She
his
takes.
life.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
it's
she
like
can,
life force.
yeah, like his memories, everything. She can do that to anyone. But
Poor guy.
but the other thing is she can take just powers. Like, as far as I remember, like when she started out, she had no control over it. Then she slowly got some control over it, and according to Serenity here, I guess in recent times, especially I guess the Krakoa stuff, which to be fair, I haven't read all of it. She can control her powers now. I guess with all the resurrection and everything, maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Either way, it's kind of weird because I know MJ is Venom right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised they didn't have her with like a Venom surfboard and everything because she is Venom. Yeah. So Candle said no stories. It's a take on Sports Illustrated. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't remember there being a story. So
I don't want to be this guy because I know I'm going to get booed, but like, I feel like this kind of does a disservice to some of these characters who have been like objectified for like the last 80 years, and I feel like we're starting to get away from that a little bit. They're becoming their own characters, and I feel like, again, I know this will be a hot take. I know, this is all for fun and stuff like that, but like, I don't know, like Black Widow, for instance, is just finally becoming more than like a sex object in the eyes of so many people. So it's like, I was like, oh, okay, we're kind of going back to that kind of stuff sometimes.
Ooh, just kidding.
I mean, I guess I have a different perspective because I was reading back when these characters were just objectified, like they really were. Sort of like you would have the women with like the backs that were incredibly arched, like a freaking roller coaster ride and stuff. And I used to love the characters back then. I think what we might be dealing with here is a little clash of generations a little bit, because I don't necessarily see the objectification here as being a negative because these characters have really grown a lot. But it's possible that some people that never went through that era of the characters being objectified would see this as a regression of the character. So I understand why people would feel that way. But the thing about it is they're doing it with the guys as well. So it's not just like a women objectification. So I feel like if the argument would be about objectification, it would be a general conversation, because it doesn't seem like they're necessarily shying away from the guys wearing like no shirts and stuff like that and everything.
And Speedos.
So, yeah, Speedos, actually. That's a very, I don't want to say not American thing, but it kind of is. It's more of like an international thing. Most American guys would wear board shorts. It seems like they're trying to do a little bit more here.
Makes me think of the LMFAO.
I wear Speedos, Eric. Don't speak for all American guys.
Look, equal opportunity gooting.
Yeah.
19 inches of them. Oh my God.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it's inherently a bad thing, but I do also think it could be a slippery slope as well. Is all.
So you're concerned if it goes beyond like this one thing that it's a problem? Is that what you're kind of getting at? It can be,
yeah, and I feel like the comic community. I'll be honest, I think the comic community is one of the most like horny fan bases I've ever seen. Like they go wild for any superhero that has like just like an arm that's not in a suit. It's like, oh my gosh, I get why they're doing it for sure. Like they have a lot of very attractive characters. I get it, but it's just I don't know.
It looks like we hit the goal. Thank you guys for all the super chats. We hit the goal, so that's, I appreciate it. All right, so we're at the 140 mark. We do have one more topic listed in the actual title of the video, which I want to find here. And we talked a little bit about it off camera the other night, but we didn't really have a chance to talk about it on camera. And I just kind of want to see what you guys think about this, as well as like the chat, so the chat can chime in as well. And then we'll kind of look at the Star Wars stuff, because it didn't seem like there was a ton. We can kind of get through that pretty quickly. Where's it at here? I bookmarked it like a week ago. We just hadn't had a chance to talk about it. Ironheart comes out on June 24th. Don't forget about that.
I like how they refirm. I like how they're refirming us with the trilogy and stuff from Star Wars. Like we did.
Yeah. We'll look through that in a second for sure. All right, we mentioned this off camera, and I talked about why it was controversial, only because there's been some changes to Bishop in the comics. But I want to know what everybody else thinks about this. So John Boyega says Kevin Feige once asked who he'd want to play in the MCU, but he didn't have an answer. Now he says he'd be interested in playing Bishop, which I like John Boyega, but Before I give
No.
my thoughts on it, okay. So Lance, why? Give you a reason why.
He doesn't give Bishop energy to me. Like, to be
He
fair,
doesn't give Yuri vibes. I couldn't help it.
Go ahead, Lance.
Anyway, I like John Boyega. I like his work. To be fair, I didn't like the last guy that they cast as Bishop.
Right.
Even for that brief period of time, I thought he was.
They wasted him.
He was a waste. They did the. It just felt like they chose a random black guy with dreads and said, "Hey, be Bishop." I mean, I don't see John Boyega as Bishop at all.
Right.
I can think of a million other roles that John Boyega could play, and Bishop is not one of them. I think it would be a wasted opportunity.
You know who I think I would like to see him play Blue Marvel.
Yeah,
I think Blue Marvel would be a really good role for him. To be honest,
Blue Marvel, even
Blade,
yeah, a younger version of Blade since Mahershala.
Well, at this point, the only Blade,
76
because that
by the
movie
time,
is like
yeah.
that movie is not doing what it needs to do at the moment. So
yeah, it's not giving what it's supposed to give. Do you understand that reference, Darren?
No, not inherently.
Sweepers Podcast says, I saw you guys were live and wanted to come in and say I'm a huge fan of all of you guys. All right, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it.
My God, I feel so special.
Quinlan says, I do too, but I have to agree he's no Bishop. So let me tell you why. Okay, Harrison nails it right here. So this is the reason why it's so controversial. Marvel's already getting criticized for some of their castings, particularly like Doctor Doom. Harrison said, I'd love if they actually got an indigenous Australian actor for Bishop. There's already so little representation in media for them, which is why they went out of their way to sort of like put a stamp on that later on to make sure the character had some sort of real identity in terms of their background. So it makes me wonder, like, does John Boyega even know that, or do you just look at Bishop and go, that's the character I want to play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait, Bishop is Australian?
He's an indigenous Australian.
You don't hear that in nothing.
Well,
like, not even X-Men 97. They just see, oh, he's a black guy. Let's go find somebody that sounds like Kevin Michael Richardson.
Well, that's the thing is the comic said that they went out of their way for years to sort of make him like just a black guy that could be from anywhere, specifically just to keep him more open-ended. But then in recent times, they've made it very clear in the comics that he's from Australia.
You know, that explains.
So Paige could play him. Paige could play him, right?
I feel like
he's too light.
I feel like this is one of those situations where there still is not a lot of black representation in like a lot of Marvel media, right? It's like when you're asking him like, hey, what Marvel character would you like to play? There probably isn't a large pool for him to pull from. He probably grew up with X-Men. He's like, Bishop was cool. I'd like to be Bishop. And like, especially, you know, if you're growing up and if there was not a lot of representation to be had, you probably really hold dear the ones you did have. So it's like, oh yeah, right. Bishop, I saw that on screen. That was very.
So you're thinking that it was just like referential for him because that's the character he
he's
saw.
like, I watched X-Men. I know Bishop. Sure, I'd play Bishop. You know, I probably.
You're thinking of Gateway Candle. That character's name was Gateway from the Outback. Yeah. I
would like him somewhere in like the MCU though. Like I think he's a fantastic actor.
I would love to see him be a part of it as well. He might be one of those actors where they actually change the identity of a character that's not necessarily a big character just to give him an opportunity to play someone.
Sure. I think they need
Jimmy Olsen. This is not DC. What are you talking about?
I would like to see them fix their relationship with him though, because over at Star Wars they did him so dirty. So if that's
so much racism, racism.
You know what? I want to say this.
God,
Kelly Marie Tran, I made a video earlier today where I talked about this. And she mentioned about like how tough it was in Star Wars to be anyone of any sort of diverse background because there's no guardrails. And I'll be honest, I don't think the company does enough to protect the people that are in these positions. And when people are like, well, how would you protect them?
All of
and I'm
Disney.
like, for one, like be more vocal about the fact that you give a shit that they're out there getting attacked. Or have interviews with them where they address this type of subject matter, because the more you pretend it doesn't exist, the bigger a problem it becomes. Look, this is why I've done so much work with my channels, like saying things about this, is for years I ignored this stuff and it didn't go away. It only got worse. It's only gotten worse on YouTube. It's only gotten worse on social media with that kind of stuff. So they did a massive disservice to him and many other people who are playing roles who have been attacked on social media. They don't do anything for them. Like having one star make a video say, out of all the things you could be, don't be a racist. Like, that's not enough. That's not enough.
And I know you made a video about this, I think today, but I've been thinking about it a lot this week, and I think Star Wars has just got horrible lately. And there was the whole thing about, and I forget the actress's name, but like apparently is not involved in.
It's Mikey Madison,
yeah, like she's not going to be involved in like the new thing, and like I sat there and I was thinking that's probably the best thing she could have done for her career, because those fans would have gone after her. They would have bullied her and abused her. She could have played any character, and they still would have gone after her because she's a woman, right?
Yeah.
And I think we are now, and I'm not sure if you talk about this in your video, but I think we're now going to be approaching a time where people are not going to want to join Star Wars.
That's what I said in the video. I also said that I think the next big IP pool that probably is going to have that same vibe is the live action Disney stuff, because there's so much toxicity towards that. I would not be surprised if actors start going, I'm not going to do it.
I mean, they look how they treated Rachel, and look how they treated Halle Bailey, right? Like both of them were bullied upon bullied upon bullied.
Yeah.
And like I bet she can probably look at that, and there's probably other reasons why she didn't want to join too. But she can look at it, it's like, well, look what they did to Daisy, right? Look what they did to the cast of The Acolyte. Look how they bullied them. I'm not going to do that.
They need to like protect these people that want to work. They like what happened with that little girl, having death threats about her being Leia was like
I mean,
oh my god.
It's just it's what has happened is we have a bunch of like guys my age who are in their 40s and 50s who think that the way to get what they want is to bully people. They think that Disney is going to change their minds because you're attacking people that work for Disney. I don't know in what reality that makes them think that's going to work. I can't imagine that. Like, I can't imagine if I were a business owner, I would not let my employees feel like they shouldn't be working for me because a bunch of people want me to run my business a certain way. I would support them.
Yeah.
As long as they're not doing anything wrong, I would support them.
Yeah.
That's not the vibe they're getting. Harrison here says, as a big Star Wars fan, I haven't been in any of the online fan circles for years. It's just so bad and constantly perpetuating. But the biggest voices in space, like Star Wars Theory, shaking my head. Yeah, I mean, that's the issue, is you have so many people who have an opportunity to amplify positivity in the community who choose to go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And let's be clear here, get on my soapbox for a second. YouTube perpetuates this stuff because they do not enforce their own terms of service. So you have people making dog whistly racist videos, dog whistly bigoted videos about all kinds of different groups. And YouTube has explicit rules against that in their terms of service, in their community guidelines. And they don't do anything about it. They just let it stay up on their site. And the reason why they've gotten in that situation is because they realize how much money there is in negativity. Yeah. And they're making money with that. So if you're a channel with 500,000 to 2 million subscribers and you're making consistent outrage content, making consistent money for them, they are not going to come after you unless it becomes a problem where the media sees it. You would have to have some outlet pick it up and run a story on it for months for YouTube to actually do something about it. And they're just not going to do it.
It's also kind of funny when you report those videos, they come back saying it doesn't violate our terms of service.
Because YouTube's too big for humans to do everything. So they have an algorithm. That's how music gets caught. That's how we get caught for stuff all the time, because they have an algorithm that snags stuff. The people that make that kind of content are very careful, for the most part, about the way they say things, so that the algorithm, the robots that are searching videos, won't find anything wrong. You have to actually have a human to look at it and review it and see what it is they're doing. And they do not have the staff for that. That's the biggest issue. Anyway, off my soapbox. All right. let's see here. We have a super chat from South Texas Shark. $2 super chat. Real question, Lance. It's for Lance specifically. How often do you goon? Let's go. It's just kidding. It's not just for Lance.
Every night. Just kidding.
Oh!
Every night.
3Dubs, you've gone crazy today. You've lost your mind.
Well, I'm just
Eric,
No.
Eric, have you seen my despair and
I'm
sorrow
single.
on TikTok between
No.
today and yesterday? Well, you know, I watch more than just superhero content, and
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
yeah, you know,
Could have fooled me, Chicago Fire.
and you know how the how we've already established that the longer a show goes, they have to do those cost cutting measures and you know start trimming the fat.
Yeah.
Well, Chicago Fire decided to trim some fat, and it was the dumbest. You trim with you cut out the best characters.
Okay, so I don't watch that, but I did see the articles about it. It was a pretty shocking thing, apparently.
And 911, right, Lance?
They just killed off the lead of 911.
I that's very shocking. Was it like a money thing?
No, they literally wanted to do it for shock value. They just renewed. No,
that's so fucking stupid.
Taj says that Lance is always mad about something. Is that true?
Yeah.
Taj, you're the one that sent me the article, but it is getting me it is getting me TikTok views. Like I'm honestly about to turn off my TikTok notifications because my joint blowing up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Nah, that is like, especially if he didn't want to leave. Like he's the leader.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
People talking about who's gonna be the captain now. Whoever else they cast in the role. I don't.
Yeah.
Someone cheaper. Someone cheaper.
That's a show killer. That kills shows
But the thing
all
is,
the time.
The thing is, they're keeping Angela Bassett. Like she's the executive producer of this show and the new spinoff. Like I didn't know she had a hand in the new spinoff. She's like the Ellen Pompeo of this show. Like she's Meredith Grey at this point.
Lone Wolf said something.
That's why she wasn't mad when they killed off Black Panther.
Oh, we can talk about this for a second. Lone Wolf says $2 super chat. Sent you something. Love for you to speculate. Yeah, we can talk about this for a second, and then we'll look at the Star Wars stuff.
They killed Gwendolyn. They killed off Bobby.
All right.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Anthony Mackie says Avengers Doomsday will end on a cliffhanger. No one is safe. Everyone is expendable. All right.
Meaning the X-Men.
Yes, but I also think the X-Men 100%. All the Fox X-Men. Most of them are gone.
I still think they're already gone.
I think what we're going to see, and I'll stand by this, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, is a cleaning up of the MCU characters that do not work, and they need to move in a different direction. So I think what we're going to have is any character, and I mean this, any character we've had in the last 20 years with the MCU that does not work will be eliminated, and they will bring back characters and actors that want to jump back in that did work in the past, or recast those characters so they have access to them with younger actors.
And
that's
contracts
what I think. Yeah.
And if their contracts are up and they don't want to renew them.
Yep. I mean, me and you talked about this a year ago. They are actively having meetings with their actors.
Lance holding his hand up. That's funny.
Yes, Lance. How can I help you?
Eric, you shouldn't have said that out loud, dog. Like you should not have said that out loud. Because the weirdos are gonna say, "Hey, look at what this streamer said. Let's give you a list of characters that we don't care about."
I'm sure there's people with that list already. I'm sure there's
Sam
people
Wilson.
with that list already.
Fury,
no, I've already talked about it.
Namor.
I don't think Sam Wilson is gone. My theory about Sam Wilson is he will continue to be Captain America, but we will have Steve Rogers as Captain America, and we will have what's his name? I can't even think of his name now. John. John will also be a Captain America. I think those three will all be Captain Americas existing at the same time.
I don't think
just
John
throw
will
in
ever
Bucky
be
too.
Captain America again. I wouldn't throw Bucky in there because Bucky was never canonically.
Well, no, a different variant. Basically, Bucky of the MCU dies, and another one gets cast. And he's Captain America.
I think Bucky's locked in. Everybody loves Bucky. I don't think they're going to get rid of him. If Bucky goes away, they're not going to recast him. He'll be gone. Like they'll.
Well, Sebastian Stan still can come back, but as a different version of himself.
I don't think. Look, Bucky, the Bucky that we have now, the reason why, and I know people are going to disagree with me. I don't care, but the reason why I think
You
he
just
works.
look like Trump when you said that.
I don't care. The reason why he works is because of all of the history he had with Steve and where he is now. To bring in Bucky again and try to redo that entire storyline would not work. So I think if Bucky dies, if Sebastian Stan gets killed off as Bucky, that's it. No more Winter Soldier. I think that character's gone. However, I could see them bringing back another Captain America from a different world to play Steve Rogers. But Bucky from another world will not be. It wouldn't work. 3-Dub. It wouldn't work. I don't think. I don't think
in the comments.
Not unless they.
No, it didn't because he stole the shield.
And
he was not appointed Captain America. He stole it.
Yeah,
and probably had it taken away.
It'll happen though.
I think there's actually a possibility that John becomes a captain. So the reason why I think they'll give John a Captain America title after Thunderbolts going into Battle World and stuff is he's going to redeem himself.
Yeah.
I think he's going to redeem himself. I know that's controversial, but I think he will.
He will.
And because Sam's movie didn't make as much money as they wanted it to, they're going to get Chris Evans, who is younger than Sam, to come back as Captain America on a movie-by-movie basis.
Yeah.
So they're going to sideline the black guy. Here we go.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to see Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson together as a team of Captain Americas, but no longer like just one of them being Captain America by themselves. They did it in the comics. There were multiple Captain Americas at the same time in the comics, and I think that's what they're going to do after Doomsday.
Why can't we? Then why can't we? If it's just a Captain America bargain sale, then just bring in some of the other Captain Americas. We got the white one. We have the racially inquisitive one who likes to beat random guys with the shield. You got Bucky who stole it. Right. Bring in the Indian Captain America. You know, the one that just happened. Bring in the Captain America that's a part of the LGBTQ community. It's Captain America bargain sale.
I think you're missing the point. They want the white guy back.
I just wanted you to say it.
I thought it was obvious. I thought that was obvious.
No. It's because of DEI, isn't it? Chris Evans ain't coming back, dog.
Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie are actually really good friends in real life. So it would be very controversial for him to come back to take the job away from Anthony. So he won't do that. So the only way he will agree to come back is if both of them can still be Captain America. Yeah. And Disney will say yes, because Disney wants him back. That's the reality of it. So they'll both be Captain America, but Anthony Mackie will never be the solo lead for another Captain America movie. It sucks, because I think they shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like they are.
Yeah. It really does suck.
If that's the case, then I guess Sadie Sink is gonna come in and be the new Mary Jane because they want the white one.
Probably.
Wow.
It sucks too because I think that's so.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying that I feel like that's the direction they're going with all of this.
No.
Well, then in that case, 3-Dubs is right, and Angie Kelly
Thank you.
was Yuri. Okay. I just broke my damn mic stand. Okay.
It's not an ideal world that we live in, unfortunately. And what sucks is because I think a solo Captain America movie with Sam would do better post Secret Wars because you've seen him lead what will probably be $2 billion movies, right?
So yeah,
it's never the harsh reality is people that look like me will never have the full acceptance of the comic book space, of the fictional space in general. Will never be that well accepted. They had people were mad when they cast a black guy as a black guy.
Yes.
Like, come on now. When they cast Lawrence Fishburne as Goliath, it was an issue. Why? I don't know. When they cast Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, they said, "Oh my God, why are you race and gender swapping?"
No, they're upset.
Wait.
Look. Once the goalposts moved, I was paying attention to all of this. Once the goalposts moved to where canonically black characters as superheroes were in projects and people were still attacking it, the writing was on the wall for me. I'm like, there is no bar for them, right? So like you have Riri Williams as Ironheart. They still think Riri is a replacement for Tony Stark when she's not. It's a completely different character. She never had the Iron Man mantle. She's always been Ironheart. But you know who did have the Iron Man mantle? Doctor Doom. And nobody complained about Doctor Doom flying around as Iron Man for a run of comic books. No. But they have an issue with Riri Williams being Ironheart, who actually Tony Stark as an AI was still a part of her story through her entire comic book run. So it wasn't like we lost Tony. He was still there with her. But people are still mad about it. So once all of that happened, the writing was on the wall for me. And people that think Chris Evans is not going to come back, no offense, you guys. Like, look, this is the way I see this happening. He's going to come in. These movies are going to make billions of dollars for Marvel. He's going to agree to do one Captain America movie with Sam, maybe John, where they actually have an opportunity to make the two of them appease the white audience so that they feel like, oh, it feels good now. We got the white guy, the black guy. It feels like Die Hard. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they want to do. Yeah. They want to appease that audience that wants that 90s white guy is the main guy, black guy is the sidekick, Predator, all of these movies where that happened. They want that back again. They're trying to appease that audience. I think he comes back. They do a Captain America movie like that so that they can try once again to set Sam up as a Captain America. So we will see Sam again, but Sam will always be a character in another movie. Even if it's an Avengers movie, he will always be in another movie. Yeah. We will not get, mark my words, we will not get another Sam Wilson Captain America movie with him as the only Captain America. We will not get another one.
Oh, okay. So then by that logic, why is everybody so gung-ho to get a Miles Morales solo film in the live action MCU?
The same people that complain about Steve Rogers complain about Miles Morales. It's the same group of people.
Unfortunately, it's about money, right? Like that movie underperforming, right? Like not doing as well. I don't think they're going to want to put the risk out there to do another one, which sucks because then
at the same time they should not be having him as Captain America in the next Avengers film.
I think it's the last time we're going to see him as the leader of the Avengers. I think we'll see him in one of the either Doomsday or Secret Wars as the leader, and then he will just be another Captain America. He literally will be Falcon in red, white, and blue. That's who he's going to be moving forward. Or, and this is like on the fringe. In my mind, this is on the fringe. They kill him off completely.
Oh, God.
That is a distinct possibility based on that comment. It is a distinct possibility they do that because they can get rid of any characters that's not working to streamline the MCU and just move on. Because they're going to say nobody cared about these characters because they didn't go and watch the movies. So we don't have a reason to keep them around.
But at the same time, wouldn't they have just went off of that in the first place once they saw the internet backlash to him getting announced to have a movie? Better yet, they would have went off of that notion once they said in Avengers Endgame that he was going to be the new Captain America. They would have went off that by watching the streaming numbers for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I think, well, that's the thing is that whole Disney, that experiment with the TV stuff, they didn't know what they wanted. They weren't sure what they were even getting into. Yeah. They just had so many things greenlit. They just went through with it. And they thought people would tune in to watch it. Because let's be clear here, the fact that people still didn't watch Falcon and Winter Soldier when there were 2 years with no fucking movies is crazy to me. That's crazy. I've talked about this before. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you're an MCU fan, how did you not watch a show that included two of the most popular characters in the MCU?
Because one was black.
Maybe.
And I think we would be talking a different game if Captain America 4 came out right after Endgame. If it came out a year after Endgame, because everyone was on that Endgame high. That just happened after Endgame. People wanted to see this new Captain America. there was too large of a gap. There
Yeah.
was a 6-year gap in between him passing the mantle and him finally getting it.
Let's also talk about the fact that this movie, Brave New World, and I've talked about this to exhaustion, okay? There was a lot of other issues with that movie that had nothing to do with Sam Wilson as Captain America. There's a lot of them. Let's talk about the whole shit with the Black Widow character who was supposed to be Sabra in the movie and all of that controversy. That was going to hurt the movie no matter what. You might as well pack it up. There's nothing you could do about that unless you took the character out completely. And they didn't do that. They left the character in. Even though they changed it, they still left the character in. Some people were going to boycott for that reason. That's the reality of it. Said and done, right? All of the controversy around the reshoots that happened in this movie. And let's be clear here, even after seeing the movie, I can tell that they chopped some shit up in that third act. It's very obvious they chopped the movie up a little bit. So they did a disservice to that. Not only that, but they took too long for the movie to come out. The movie should have came out way before the time it was released. Way before. And they did so much of a disservice to Sam as Captain America. The reality of it is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier should have been Captain America 4.
I wonder if they cut out anything relating to Black Widow in the third act. Like if there was a mention of her.
She was a big part of the third act.
100%. She was chopped up a lot.
Look, I feel like the Serpent Society stuff that was supposed to be in there, I stand by the fact, and I've seen people that agree with me on this, that the third act was originally going to be Harrison Ford's character dies. There's no Red Hulk at all. And Sam has to face off against the Serpent Society. That's what the third act was supposed to be. Yeah. But it didn't do well. People didn't like it. They needed something bigger to bring people in. So they rushed in to get the Red Hulk thing going because they needed to make it happen. Which, by the way, I still think that was a better choice for the third act. I still believe that. But the rest of the movie couldn't be reshot, so they had to like basically chop it up into the point where it made sense into getting the third act. And there were issues with it. I still enjoyed it, but Marvel did a disservice to that.
Yeah.
They did a disservice.
And they did this to him twice because they chopped off Falcon. Like that show had to be chopped up. That was totally different. And then
they had to do that though because of
it was COVID.
The plot was too
100%. But
what was happening
but
in
it's
the real
not
world.
fair to Anthony Mackie to have happened. This happened to him 2 separate times. The project that they promised him was not the promise he was given 2 times in a row.
Yes.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. Since we're going about the whole thing of they're going to get rid of things that they think will not work. Fantastic Four. People already do not like Joseph Quinn.
I think Fantastic Four is a lock, though. I think it's a lock.
You can't say it's a lock though, because at the same time, you can also say the same thing about people that are not happy about Brand New World. People do not want to see Tom Holland in another Spider-Man film. It's just that's a reality. You have people that genuinely hate Tom Holland.
I don't think we're talking about internet hate. They have physical proof of like, hey, we cannot greenlit this thing because this reason. If Fantastic Four comes out and it makes like 300 million, they're not making another one. That's just that's the same situation that they're in. Unfortunately, I think it will. I think it will make money. And again, like this isn't what we want. This isn't like what we want to see happen.
Why is it unfortunately?
Unfortunately, because he's probably not getting another movie.
No, I meant like, why is it unfortunately that Fantastic Four is going to make money? Like,
no.
A good thing.
I'm saying it's unfortunate that Captain America didn't make a lot of money. That's the unfortunate thing of it all.
What about the Marvels? You don't think that they would have just fired all 3 of them by now?
I don't think we're getting.
We're never going to see any of them in the lead of another movie.
No. Maybe Miss Marvel.
Sexism.
But oh my gosh, yeah, it's terrible.
We might actually look. The reality is because Captain Marvel as a singular movie made over $1 billion.
Yeah.
I think there is a possibility that they could, like in a few years, approach doing like another Captain Marvel movie. But we'll never see a movie like the Marvels again from Marvel.
But
we'll never see that again.
But at the same time, that's not that came out during a strike, and you had weird incels on the internet.
They don't care. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. They saw it as we did a movie with a bunch of women. The movie underperformed, therefore women must be bad for the box office. That's what they saw.
Then why keep casting women in lead roles?
Because they want to pair them up with guys. They want to pair them up with other people that can be successful. What's the next woman-led Marvel movie on the roster?
Ironheart?
Technically, apparently, Fantastic Four. They said that she's the lead.
Yeah,
but
she's the legitimate
we'll
lead
see.
of that film.
Right,
We'll see
but she's still in a group of 4 people.
Of 3
Right.
men.
So
Right,
what is
yeah.
the next woman-led Marvel movie where the woman is the main and only main character in the movie? There
Well,
isn't one coming up.
Ironheart,
is
but
the
it's not a
only-
movie.
Yeah.
But Ironheart is a product of like 5 years ago. Like I'm talking about new upcoming projects. Nothing is on the books for that.
No.
Nothing. And when they did the announcement, even though I know we're going to get women in the Doomsday and Secret Wars movies, when they did the announcement, there was like 5,000 men and 3 women in that announcement. So
That's
very
how I
cle-
like my announcement. No.
Well, Thunderbolts, Eric, kind
Yeah.
of. A little bit.
Thunderbolts is
but Thunderbolts is still a group, though. It's
It
still
is
a
a
group.
group. Yeah, you're right.
It's
you're
Like
right,
I'm
you're
talking
But
about a
she's still
movie
the
with like a
lead.
woman as the lead. Like there
Captain
isn't.
Marvel was
Yes.
just Captain
Yeah.
Marvel.
Like only Captain Marvel.
Black Widow
Listen-
was only Black
Yeah.
Widow.
Right, but Black Widow's it underperformed though. That's the thing is it underperformed. So my point is that Captain Marvel is the only success.
because it came out. It also
They
got
don't
released
care
on
about that
streaming.
though. They don't care.
What's funny is they fell on their own sword with that one.
Yes, they made those mistakes themselves, but the studio is never going to admit they made mistakes. They're going to go, the only way for us to fix this is not do this again.
Yeah.
Meaning, we're not going to get another Black Widow movie with Yelena. You know why? Because the Black Widow movie that we had before didn't do well. The circumstances don't matter to them. They don't care about that. We'll never see another movie like the Marvels because of the circumstances. The situation we're in. Captain Marvel as a singular movie. I actually think the Marvels was a bad idea. Not because the movie is bad, but because the movie, the way they set that movie up, it should have been Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels. It should have been advertised as a Captain Marvel movie. They fucked up on that one.
And it should
They
have been
fucked up
Falcon.
on
Okay,
it.
so what about when they do the next Black Panther featuring Shuri? Do you think they're gonna?
I
Kick her out the
think
way?
Black Panther's an outlier. I actually
It's
think
a
Black
moneymaker.
Panther's an outlier.
Yeah.
It made money, so I think it's an outlier. So we'll get another Black Panther. We won't get another Black Captain America movie. That's for sure. And it's because of the fucking industry. It's mistakes they made. I personally liked Brave New World. I thought it was a good movie. I think it should have made a couple hundred million more than it made.
Yeah.
Was it $1 billion movie? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. Was it like a $600 million movie? Yeah, I think it was.
How much
But
did
it
the
didn't
first
reach-
Captain America movie make?
I don't remember. It wasn't a lot because they said that
because
Brave New
quality-
World did more than those movies.
Because quality wise, they're Brave New World and Captain America: The First Avenger. I mean, the first Avenger.
First gender. You heard it first.
The first gender.
Avenger.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
first Avenger. They're literally
He's
on
the
the
first
same
male
level.
ever.
So if they do if Disney does turn around and say, you know what, we're not doing nothing else with Sam Wilson, I, in all good conscience, can no longer support comics, and I don't think
they won't do
I will be
anything else with
changing
Sam.
my channel. I'll be changing my channel to talk about bikinis or something. I don't know.
Well, look, I don't think I said on the fringe they could kill off Sam Wilson. They could on the fringe. Like I think that's a possibility. Do I think that's the most likely scenario? No. I think Sam will stick around as Captain America. What was that?
3Dub believes it's going to get killed off.
Do you, 3Dub?
What?
Think Sam Wilson's going to get killed off?
No.
Oh.
No.
I think they're going to keep
what
him
you
around.
told me earlier. You said you want Yuri Watanabe.
Lies.
I think we will still see Sam, but Sam will never be the lead of another Captain America movie. That's what I think we're going to see. He might be in an Avengers movie, but he won't be the lead of the Avengers movie. It'll be Chris Evans back as Captain America. RDJ back as the Doctor Doom version of Iron Man. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think Chris Evans is going to come back full time as Captain America.
He won't.
He won't at all. I don't think he's going to come back as Captain America to co-star either.
He's literally doing that in these upcoming movies.
No, he's not confirmed to be in these movies. He's not confirmed, dog. Like, not at all.
He says, I'm not coming back. Kind of.
I think that's all bullshit. But that's
I
just
don't
me
think
personally.
it's going to be as Captain America.
I will say this. The amount of times that we have been lied to by actors who said they're not going to be in movies, that is not a definitive
Andrew Garfield
thing. I mean, they've all said it. Like fucking what was it called? Doctor Strange. Benedict was like, I'm not going to be in the movie. Oh wait, no, I am in the movie. You know what I mean?
I know somebody who said they were not going to be in the movie, and turns out they were not in the movie.
Okay,
Grant Gustin.
Maybe. But I want to say there's a comment here.
He was not in the movie.
He was literally in that scene with that person.
He was within the multiverse. He was in the extended universe.
Cody here with the $2 super chat. Yeah, there's a damn funeral we never see. That funeral was supposed to be Thunderbolt Ross. I think that's who the funeral was.
Yeah.
I actually think when Isaiah shot at him in that opening scene, or I think it was like the second act when that happens, I think he actually dies. I think that was the intention, was he's going to die.
They couldn't have the black man, the old black man killing the old white man. It's sending a bad message in today's day and age, right? Yeah.
So I think that's what that was.
Speaking of like Brave New World, you put Ross in the situation where stress is like every single second. How the heck did he not turn Red Hulk during the conference?
He was fighting against it the whole time.
Like he fighting back like heart indigestion and diarrhea. Like Pepto-Bismol.
He should have lost it.
I pulled this up earlier before we got into it, but yours truly says COVID strikes really cooked the MCU post Endgame because they couldn't capitalize on anything. If there were no pandemic and strikes, the movie would have been out maybe 3 years ago. Yeah. I stand by the fact, and this is the same thing that killed the Arrowverse. I stand by the fact that COVID and the pandemic and restrictions on entertainment killed not only the Arrowverse, but did a fucking massive blow to the MCU.
Well, it changed everything. Like, we would probably still have Kang, right? Because they would have been filming. Like, they would have filmed that movie. He would have.
We might still have Arrowverse shows right now.
Yeah. No, like, oh my gosh, like thinking we probably would have Blade right now. We'd probably have Fantastic Four years ago by now.
Yeah.
Like the MCU, we're probably honestly Secret Wars would have been this year, right? Or
2026, I think. Or
no,
was
like when was I think the original one was
2025. Yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Secret
Wars. Original Secret Wars and
2015. Well, the original was the 80s.
No. I mean the original date.
Oh, the original date. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
2025 and 2026.
Yeah.
So we would, I don't know.
Either way, it messed up everything. Like, honestly, okay, first big problem was the Black Widow movie should have came out like Phase 2. But we didn't get it Phase 2. So we're going to get it later. Sure. But that movie, I still think that movie would have done extremely well if not for COVID. I think Eternals would have done really well if not for COVID. Shang-Chi was an outlier. It didn't do massively well, but it did better than those two movies.
Shang-Chi would have happened as well, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, we're already at 20 minutes. I'll just kind of scroll through this quickly. All right, so this is the discussing film page. Star Wars Celebration begins, 15 minutes. The Mandalorian Grogu. Let's see what we got here. A new Star Wars trilogy is confirmed to be in the works from Simon Kinberg.
Whoa.
Films from James Mangold, Sharmina Obaid-Chinoy, and Taika Waititi are still in the works. So all those movies are still in the works, even though we haven't heard anything else about them.
Yeah.
So, Ryan Gosling will officially star in Levy's Star Wars film, described as standalone adventure, takes place a few years after the events of Rise of Skywalker, begins filming this fall.
What's funny is I kind of want that Star Wars movie about the Squadron. Mm-hmm. That seemed like an interesting concept.
The one that's not happening anymore?
Yeah, the one that's not happening.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of faith in Simon Kinberg, to be honest. But yeah, that's yours truly. That's exactly why. Okay, we got some pictures here with Ryan Gosling. Oh, wait, this is what is this? Star Wars Starfighter.
The title card.
Oh, is it? Okay, so it's just a title card. Let's see what it's like.
Ooh, lights.
And what is this? It's a game?
No, this is the Ryan Gosling.
It's called Starfighter. It's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
All right, got it. Star Wars Starfighter released in 2027.
That's like a substitute of Squadron. Starfighter.
I don't know how this movie is going to do, but apparently, from what I can tell, it looks like Ryan Gosling is going to play a pilot. So that means no swords, no 3Dub's going to hate it.
I didn't say. If it has to entertain me. Otherwise, I don't care.
It might just not be him.
Omega says, "Where's my Rogue Squadron movie?" Star Wars Starfighter will release during the 50th anniversary week of A New Hope. Okay, it's pretty cool.
By the way, that's the same week as Secret Wars.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, my God. There's The Mandalorian and Grogu. Comes out May 22nd, 2026. Is that the one we're talking about? Why are they releasing this the same time as something else?
That is Doomsday, yeah.
First look.
I'm watching both.
There we go. Sigourney Weaver is playing a pilot? Okay. What do you got here? Pedro Pascal with Grogu.
Wow, it's a real person. I thought it was a puppet.
Yeah.
This game.
Jabba the Hutt's son, Roto, will be a gladiator with massive... What?
Wait,
Yeah,
huh?
Oh, my God.
There's a photo or like some kind of screenshot of it. I think
Really?
up. Yeah, I think somewhere upwards.
First look at the AT or AT battle sequence, Mandalorian and Grogu. I think this movie is going to be really good, but it's going to be interesting to see if it translates into dollars from a TV show. That's kind of what I'm curious about. Disney films releasing in 2027. Frozen 3,
Yay.
Star Wars Starfighters, and Avengers
Yay.
Secret Wars.
Yay.
Okay. That's it. That's all they have.
Sweet.
Let me see. Is there? You said there's a picture of the character.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
The
You can
reason
find
why
that-
I like Frozen 3 is because of Olaf. Just saying. I'm not, I have a favorite character.
Let's see here. We got a super chat from Cody, a $10 super chat. Thank you, Cody. They couldn't do Black Widow in Phase 2 because of Ike Perlmutter and him believing women characters can't sell it. I think it actually is Rogue Squadron. So the Starfighter movie is what Rogue Squadron was going to be with Ryan
I
Gosling.
knew it.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. The really sad thing is that Black Widow coming out and underperforming in the box office, even after Ike Perlmutter was gone, a lot of people were saying prove that he was right about it, even though we know there was other circumstances.
I mean,
I think
Captain
somebody in
Marvel.
the chat brought it up. They
Hey, who was
said
Perlmutter?
He was a really
That's a
fucked up old
stupid
guy.
name.
Where was it at here? Somebody said, Steven says Black Widow was released on Disney Plus the same day it was released in theaters. Yeah, that's what that lawsuit was about. So there was no reason for anyone to go out and see it. The fact that it did over 300 million is extremely good. Yes, under that context, that is true, but they don't care about that. That's their problem. They don't care.
Yeah.
They wanted the movie to do like 500 million even on same day release. Look, it was a testing thing for them. They were trying to test the waters on it, and they did it with a movie that they shouldn't have done it with. That's just my opinion. Thank you for the super chat, Cody. Is this the actual picture, Darren, here? Oh my God. What the hell? What the hell is this? This is funny. And I'm not laughing because I think it's ugly. It's so funny to me. What the fuck? Okay. I wonder if those arms are from all the gooning that he does.
Jabba the Hunk.
That's really good.
Does he have abs? Because he
Maybe possibly. All right, so we have come to the end of the stream, making sure I got all the super chats. Yeah, I did. Thank you guys so much. We did hit the goal. So that means we're going to find out what you selected here in the poll. We had 32 votes. Actually, we still got time to vote. If you're on the Reloaded channel, we only got 32 votes, you guys. So if you're watching on the main channel, we have how many people watching? Over 60 people watching. Go and vote on the poll at the top of the page before I end it on the Reloaded channel. And if you're watching on the Debunks channel, we're about to wrap it up. So you can jump over here onto Reloaded and vote if you'd like to as well. So there we go. And let's see what we got here. Stop sharing the screen.
So what's the top one so far?
Paigey v. Eric quiz.
Oh, the one I'm supposed to make.
if we hit it, yeah, we'll see.
Oh no.
It's gonna be juicy.
Oh no. Let me open up the remaining bonuses. So yeah. We didn't get the Paigey Eric quiz last time, and Paigey was upset, so I threw it back in again. So who is 3C Films?
Oh, he's a content creator. He does a lot of news and pop culture stuff. Why?
3C Films? Because Chronic is I should invite them on. I've never
I mean, they're a very big content creator. They're like, I think they just hit 1 million subs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How have I never seen them before?
He's on TikTok mostly.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He just hit 1 million TikToks.
Lone Wolf says, "Prepare to ask all Smallville questions."
No.
So, okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna close the
Not
quiz
that
down
cruel.
now. In the poll, it's done. We're done. And the winner with a large margin was Paigey v. Eric quiz. So 3Dub will get an opportunity to make a quiz. 48% of the votes. So I'll
When
write
do
that
you
in
want
here.
this done by so I can kind of?
It's going to be for the 5-hour stream. So you can go ahead and make one whenever you get a chance. You'll have plenty of time, though. All right. Remaining bonuses. Done there. Done over here. All right. So,
Bye, Jaybird.
Yeah, see you later, Jaybird. All right. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. We went a little bit over tonight by about 27 minutes. But that's fine. We had a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to thank Paigey for stopping in.
Snyder cut. Just kidding.
Thank Paigey for stopping in. I do appreciate that. Darren for hanging out. Thank you for being here. 3Dub for stopping in as well. And Lance for coming in and gooning out on the stream. Let me see. Is my screen going to work this time? It didn't work
It's my pleasure. What did they say at Chick-fil-A?
What is that? What they say? No, they say that everywhere now, right? My pleasure.
I don't know. I don't like using the word pleasure. It's weird.
I don't believe you.
Oh my god. Anyway, we're gonna close out here. Thank you guys so much for being here. For hanging out. Oh no, we gotta go. I'll see everybody on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you then.
Bye.